right? That's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Dear.
I mean, why would you call it that?
Yeah. Watch us fuck around.
Yes, please watch us fuck around.
There we are. Watching us fuck around. Hey, us fucking around.
Yeah. So the thing is,
turn the volume down.
I also have. I also changed the episode to episode
So
20.
no episode numbers.
Yeah,
Too
no.
much.
Episode 20. The magic users get pissy.
I was thinking, as opposed to putting episode numbers, why don't you put it? See, every time we start a new arc, put it back to episode 1.
It's
I like that.
not a bad idea because then you can start arcs. But you swap between arcs, and I don't no, because if I say any more than that, it's just going to ruin some of the arcs. I don't want to do
We
that.
literally had this conversation. It's like it would help us a lot.
Oh yeah,
if
for
you
sure.
told us what arc we were focusing on, because we're like, I am doing the thing, and then you're like,
But that's
Alright.
yours. That's up to you.
yeah, but
Can I-
I don't
can I
think
make
people- it's
a
not- and if
suggestion?
you're like, by the way, like even if you told us off stream, it's like, by the way, there's a lot of content here for David. Then maybe some of us would shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but that
This seems like a
just plays in my
personal
head all
thing.
the time. I assume everything is for me.
Yeah, this is a. To be fair, there's a lot of players like that.
No, that's kind of the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Is there's a lot of us that like talking, and sometimes if I was like, "Oh, this is David's turn to talk," I'm like, "Bless," and then I'll just be quiet. Like, oh, he's says, guidance.
Guidance, yeah.
So Ralph just stands about 5 feet behind him all the time and goes, guidance.
Guidance. Yeah, for
I wonder
sure.
if there's any eggs around here.
I'm looking for my
Real
turtle.
good job.
Look at my turtle eggs.
Perception check for the passion tunnel. Nope, okay, I'll be quiet.
Yeah. What the fuck is that you're eating?
I actually thought he was going to hand that through the phone and we were all just going to get like just.
I was kind of hoping for that. What is that you're eating?
Well, like
That
delicious
is Jack's
pasta.
level up.
That's not pasta. That's like some sort of Chinese or Japanese sushi rolls.
Dirty knees.
Sushi. It's
There you
sushi.
go. So it is. Oh no, I can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I look gorgeous. Like badass.
Although watching you eat is deeply unsettling.
To be fair, this is what everyone comes to see. This is the content everyone really wants to watch.
Anything, you should hold the mic closer as you do so.
Yes.
Because it's the ASMR episode.
Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna leave and then I'm gonna join on my computer.
Okay.
Are you sure?
How dare you?
I know he's just jumped out while we were.
Keep sure he just jumped.
Yeah,
The stream has started.
yeah.
but
You know,
it's
he hasn't
right
realised that the stream has started. He's away now, so it doesn't matter. Hey, Sally's on watching. At least we can rely on a viewer, and that viewer is Sally.
Oh, hi,
We miss you,
Sally.
Sally. Where are you?
Leaves the group chat, but when the group chat becomes to the session, just go back in the group chat. Just come back in the group chat for the cool people.
Sally, we miss you. We do. We miss you. We should have you back. But anyway, for all those watching, which is Sally and well, and it should be the rest of us watching as well, so we get the viewerships up. Hey,
I'm watching twice.
haha, I'm watching free time. I don't think it counts, so that's the thing.
I
'Cause
got the sushi from Asda.
Nice,
Well,
Zen
it's
and
actually not-
sushi any good? No,
It's actually not too bad.
cool.
Generally.
So yeah, hi, welcome to Tuesday night's D&D. Just so everybody knows that we are streaming. Hi, welcome to D's D&D on Tuesday night for the world of Fallorium as we start into episode 20. A little landmark there. Yay, we're on episode 20. Pre-named, the magic users get pissy. As because a lot of them won't. Yeah, because a lot of them won't be using their magical skills. However, Lee is our good friend Lee has disappeared, but so is a couple
That's
of
how
other
happy
players.
he is.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna be really pissy for this. See if you were just tuning in now to see what it's like. This is probably the episode because you're gonna see Lee lose his shit because he can't get to do all the shit he wants to do being a cool war cleric. However, we have the lovely David here. We have the lovelier Leon down here, and the even lovelier down the bottom. Rach. Lee is appears not to be on film right now. However, usual
That's how
introduction.
lovely he is.
Yeah, usual introductions. For anyone watching, previously watching, you should know us all. For those who haven't, we have an intro video anyway, and that's probably the case because I don't think we got a lot of people watching. Why? Why aren't you watching everything I put my blood, sweat, and tears in? I have regularly mental breakdowns to try and get everyone into and corralled into a certain position. Why are you not watching my glorious creation?
Yeah, guys. Why?
Following that, we should probably start. And hopefully by that time, Lee will be back. So, why don't you sit back and relax? Pour a glass of wine or sherry, whatever the hell you're drinking. Doesn't need to be alcohol. Prefer alcohol anyway, as we jump into the world of Florium.
Dun dun dun.
Intro time.
I actually have what two questions. One, David, why are you just ahead?
He's just
That's
a
a very
floating
good
head.
question.
It's not that good a question. I think
Let's
we
see
all
if
know
I can
why.
position this a bit better.
There we go. There's okay.
Your handsome body.
Yeah, I like to see what weird things he's wearing.
Yeah.
Um,
And we're back.
I'll have you know my poncho is fabulous.
Your poncho is fabulous. I need one.
wait, I'm wearing a lady's small vest. Okay, you can't.
So, for the purposes of
Fair
anyone
enough.
watching or possibly jumping in, who remembers what happened last week? I'm sure Lee remembers.
I remember it happens every week, right? First of all, on the Ralph show.
Last week we were off, but the week before that.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there's always someone who has to come in.
Oh,
Technically, yeah, for
oh,
the
I love
Easter
that.
holiday.
Yeah, we were off.
Wow.
The week before that, we made our way to the Empire. Going through on the way there some like magicy bubbles that caused some chaos.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We actively tried to stop ourselves reaching the Empire. Cause like, fuck it, let's see if we can not reach it again. Let's just see what happens. And we almost succeeded. We wasted about an hour and 20 minutes with bullshit. And also, guys got resurrected.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, and unbeknownst to us, whenever we cast magic, the meant that we rolled on the.
Point of clarification: unbeknownst to our characters, we knew we'd done it immediately. We're like, "Hey, let's do it. Let's try some
I
drunker
did it on
magic."
purpose twice.
Yeah, he did.
Nyla turned into a fucking beacon.
Yeah.
With the bright light everywhere.
I know. Just blinded everyone.
Leon died, and then got resurrected back
Got resurrected as an
human.
older
as a human
man
again.
with a
He looks
bald-
completely different.
with a little bit of red eyes, but other than that, not much different.
Yeah,
Ralph's younger.
and taller.
I went from 6'3" to 6'7", and then to DH slightly. This is great.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why I kept casting these. It's all good for
You're
me.
now a spry 112.
Nothing cool happened to my character actually in the slightest, but then I can change what I look like all the time. So.
Yeah.
I'm
Means
so
nothing.
annoyed that for the entire situation. I was just rolling that badly. I was just dumbstruck the entire time. I
You were
couldn't
so
cast
confused.
a single spell. I
Yep.
was so angry.
You were confused the whole, but I was unfortunate. Yeah. So yeah, you passed through what is collectively known as a wild magic bubble. That was horrible. That was fun, but it was horrible.
It was crazy.
It was interesting how you managed to get out of the wild the wild
Yeah.
magic bubble.
It's like we exploded the ship or something. That was like
Yeah.
really does
Yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just, yeah. Nyla did what Nyla does and going with brute force.
When
I
we
hit it.
eventually-
It's not like Rachel did what Rachel
Yeah,
did.
what Rachel does best and going with brute force. Yeah, from there we ended up into the outskirts of the Empire, where you noticed there was a lot of fires and a lot of smoke plumes and that. It seems that something has happened in the absence where you've never been to. But yep, it's not
You
looking
ask
good.
the question if it's normally quite as on fire as this. Like that seems like a lot more on fire than an empire would want to be.
Yeah,
But we also got questioned on the way onto the ship. Some people were like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" We're like, "Oh, we're okay."
yeah, that's right. That's
Scott held up a badge, which apparently he's had the whole time that said like police or.
And
something
they
like that.
didn't give a fuck.
yeah.
No, that's all the information we need. We're not going to check that out in the slightest. Alright.
Until a certain thing happened.
He did get in without going through the magical thing originally until he started talking
Insisted.
Questioning Jack.
and they were like, "Wait, hold up, it's you
Yeah.
that's fucked."
I went through and wasn't shackled.
Yeah,
Meeps
And I gave
instead
my
of
name
you.
as
yeah, because as you
Yeah,
as you say, you all pass through a security point where certain meeps would come in and to be attracted to certain types of magic and explain it, and it would, and a type of way explain the type of magic the wielders were able to use. Yet for some reason, Jack did not get affected by such and is currently not wearing any of the magical dampening devices that are currently around some of our players, including. I can't remember if Nyla got one. Did you get one, Nyla? I don't think you did.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got
because
one.
I have one singular spell.
That's right. You have one singular spell. That's right.
Not anymore, you don't.
No anymore. You don't.
And
Yeah, for sure.
I tried to pretend I had no idea what that spell was.
So-
I have magic, really.
Yep. So with that, we have Nyla, Ralph, and our good friend Sir Janice de Grande, the Bard, greatest bard in all the world, who are currently shackled, which is an interesting
Clear,
thing.
did James's I know James wasn't technically here, but did his character come through with us, or he stayed in the
He
boat?
did.
Is that how we're dealing with it?
He did technically come with you, and
Because
he.
Rangers have magic. That's what I'm
Yes,
asking.
he indeed also did get, and at the time James was there at the time when they were getting. He has a type of almost like a collar or a necklace because of the type of magic that he is able to wield.
Cochrane got you.
jeez.
So, with that, we
That's
have
a
passed.
different kind of magic.
We have passed through the security.
Magic.
It's a kind of magic. Who wants to live forever?
Wants to live.
Me.
Oh, we've just been copyrighted striked. Yeah, because we
I
are
don't think I sounded like Freddie Mercury. No, so you can say one line of a song.
King. Yeah, we were
So,
singing
yeah,
King.
maybe like-
Yeah.
How similar is the Empire to like the Flotsam Isles?
Oh, this
kind of
is
thing?
totally different to the Flotsam Isles. The Flotsam Isles is usually a lot of, like I say, it's usually shipwrecks. It's any type of wood that's been driftwood. Well, if you can get such a thing as driftwood in the Inoak Ocean, which has been lashed together and kept into a certain free port. If you remember correctly, this is entirely different. This has land properties to it. Again, going back to the description, it's more like the old ancient kind of Greek Roman-esque kind of architecture. A lot of pillars, a lot of archways. Very, very nice. It's not so much made of marble. It's a particular... In fact, if you were to look closely at the architecture, if you want, you could certainly give me a straight intelligence check or a history check if you are proficient in history.
I am proficient in history. I'll try that.
Nyla probably doesn't give a fuck.
21.
Excellent,
I know my
Jack.
architecture.
Nice.
Shit.
So anyone else can do that as well. But if you're not proficient in history, give us a straight intelligence check.
I'm proficient, but I don't care.
That is fair.
Nah, I don't.
Cool. So
I don't think Nyla will be
see-
bothered.
Yeah, David, what you were saying?
I was going to say they're just like I am like half proficient technically due to being a bard. Sir Janice has grown up around this sort of stuff, so he wouldn't really think about it. So he wouldn't. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
something
it's not something that would come off unless you wanted to show off or anything. But Jack is on. Jack is on the
the
ball.
tour guide.
Yeah, Jack, you've read plenty of books and heard a lot of chatter from the Flotsam Isles where you grew up. Yeah, this was. It's not. It's similar to marble, but it's not marble. It is a particular stone that's mined from this particular mountain that the Empire sits on. It is a very valuable resource, so much so that the Empire is usually just built in this absolute grand architecture just to show its power and its wealth and its yeah, I would say I was right the first time. The power and its wealth to show to everyone else around in the areas, because this was a predominantly human settlement, but now its mixture is integrated with others. It's almost up there with the Flotsam now, but there is still the odd kind of backlash and clashes between certain races and that, and within the Empire again, because they can be quite xenophobic at times. You've experienced it with the Freightus Lux, for instance. However, it likes to do that, especially coming up with the Rise of the Dwarven Mountains as well, because they get all the gold and the kind of valuable metals and minerals, as opposed to this, whereas this is just such architecture. In fact, well, for History 21 as well, we'll say that you actually recognise this very well from a previous encounter when you were somewhere in particular. It was the hidden Freightus Lux temple that you went to, and you found our good friend Sir Janice de Grande. So this is a similar material in marble that was made if you remember, you walked into the central column of the temple when you walked in. This is very similar in architecture.
I'm reminded of that, and I turn to Sir Janice and say, "Are you okay being around them? Like, I don't want you to feel, unsafe or that kind of thing."
And Sir Janice is actually just caught off guard for a second. It's like, well, I appreciate that, but I've lived around this stuff all my life. To be honest, it's not really that big a deal for me. But thanks, Jack.
No, so good.
It'll take me some time to get used to that.
Yeah, I used to really hate them. Now it's kind of more simmered, really. I don't know if I ever actually asked you, how did you end up on the island?
So before you get to answer that, it comes our good friend Melgren. Aye, and about that Jack, if that's your real name, I'm gonna go back up to the Watchers, and I'm gonna deal with whoever's here. So if you want to go and destroy half the city because of your non-magical abilities, by all means, I've got me a pressing things to deal with. All right. And he just walks off in a half up towards the Watcher's place. Ronan will follow. Wait up, I'll catch you. Oh, God almighty.
Oh my, is that what he sounds like? Like, okay, man.
So I don't think James sounds like that.
Well, this is
I apologise, Jim, if you're watching.
Leave the island. Let's just go and jump on the boat and get out of here.
Oh, my God.
Get rid of him.
I apologise, Jim. Oh, wow. Anyway. Jim has wandered off.
On behalf of Sanity Check Gaming,
oh yeah,
on behalf of Sanity Check Gaming, James, you now get a free level up.
yeah. We'll get to that.
I'll take that free level up.
However, yeah. So with that, they two will wander off as Jim sees the tension and tries to calm Melgrim down.
As he's known to do.
I needed an excuse to get rid of him. Insulting him like that was probably not the best idea. So,
I'll quickly turn to the guys and say, I want to talk to you, Sir Janice, about your history and that kind of thing. But I just want to say, guys, I don't want to cause any trouble here. I just want to have a good time. Treat us like, I don't know. I want to do good in this city. I want to.
On that,
Are you a different person? His Gaz
No.
died. Guys, Gaz has died.
No,
Who are you?
I'm okay. I'm still Gaz, but my name is Jack. You know, I've always have trouble spelling it. So I've always felt
Well,
self-conscious
yeah,
about that.
we tried that.
Well, I
got-
was going to say,
you
you
got a
now
bit better.
know how to
I'm getting
write
there,
and read a little
I'm
bit better, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
still
it's
get all
definitely
letters
you then
wrong.
because the whole reading and writing thing. But your personality's changing.
I mean,
When have you ever wanted to have fun?
Oh, right, okay.
I just want to leave the Empire better than I found it, and it seems like we can actually do good here. I mean, it looks like some of the places are
Well-
on fire.
I'm liking the positivity.
How about we find out what's happening? How about we find out what's happening first, and then considering your area of freedom that you've got right now, at least trying not to like actually say that you're unshackled at this point in time. We might be able to actually help some people out and see if we can make some money along the way.
Yeah,
It
let's
could
go.
cause some trouble.
Let's go to the hospital and bring some people back to life. Let's go.
As zombies.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Whoa, there, Seabiscuit.
Open a portal to hell.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not.
So, with that, you
His
are...
face, just a demon face comes
Yeah,
out.
with that, you are free to roam. There's, like to say, the Watchers further up the hill towards a smoke plume where you see Melgrim and Ronan Ronan chasing Melgrim, who's quite spry and quick in his movements right now at this point, Melgrim. However,
Taking a dash action constantly.
yeah,
Uh,
mechanically, for those who like the rules and mechanics of D&D, yeah, they will be dashing as quickly as they possibly can.
I don't think.
Dashing through the street with a Ronin on your back. Melgrim says, "Attack the Ralph."
more the gas, but I don't think much of us have much experience here. Am I right in saying that, guys?
I've never been
I've
here.
never been here before. It's so big.
Your
Janice,
good friends...
Are you telling me that none of you have ever been to the Empire before? Not once. Ralph,
No.
I get it. You're a total.
At length I have explained my backstory. So.
I do spend most of my time on
Details.
the road, so I don't really stay in the same place for more than
Oh, my
I
friends,
think
you
that-
have not lived. You
I
have
think the
not lived
longest
until this point. Then
was a year.
Do you have any points of interest or like
New types of food. I always like to try food.
I could try some food.
When you
Is
say
there-
food, what do you mean?
we're still right on the port at this point in time, aren't we? Like we've just we're fresh off the boats.
You're
effectively.
literally fresh off the boats. You are at, well, it's more of the kind of the gathering area for when your people are being checked and if there's anywhere they want to go. Strangely quiet at this point. You would imagine it's because whatever's happened here in the Empire previous. It's usually full of guards. Very little guards on the streets right now at this point. Very little people on the streets as well.
I would just like to nail something down. What do we hope to accomplish here? Now, you know my end game is to get to the Passion of Tongue. So,
That's not happening anytime soon.
that is my point is that what the only things I want to achieve while we're here is to perhaps find out the ports that it's going to go to. But apart from that, this isn't really where I need to be. But if there's something you need to do, then why don't we focus on that? Perhaps we could visit an inn and find out what's happened here.
Well, we
And then
don't want
perhaps
to.
I can get
That's
this taken off by orphan assistance.
Well,
I would like to buy some clothes.
I would also like to go shopping. I feel like if we go to an inn, we'll just
Class,
go there
how
and we'll
much
get drunk and we'll
gold do you
spend all our
have?
time there.
We have this small amount of gold we got for giving
You're
passage to
terrible with
those people.
gold and you should never be allowed in an inn with money.
Well, not myself for
yeah.
sure.
After we went and took everybody in, and after all the repairs were done and that, we only got about 80 gold. I've still got it just now, including the gold I had left. I've got a total of 91 gold in my pocket.
Just to
and
clarify, Daphne had all of our gold. And she is
Yes.
I have-
asleep off in
I
the
have
woods,
10
perhaps being
gold.
feasted upon.
I think I might have no gold, maybe.
I have 10.
I wonder why.
The only reason I have that gold is because, Sally gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I spent most of my gold on bones and blood,
Alcohol.
so I'm kind of out, guys.
Excuse me, what now?
So we haven't asked
You-
about
Did you
that.
say that out loud?
Yeah, did you say that out loud?
Yeah, I said that. A lot.
Okay.
Well, Gaz, you probably shouldn't say that. Oh, sorry, Jack. You probably shouldn't say that out loud.
Why not?
Jack,
No, it's a bit
it
creepy.
I love you.
sounds
You're a good man.
sinister.
You're a good person. Not a lot of people are as comfortable with that sort of thing as you are. So I think just to make sure no one gets the wrong impression of you, you might want to keep that to yourself for now, at the very least.
Probably for the best.
You know, you talk to us about things
Just-
like that
just so
because
no
we
one-
don't mind.
Okay.
Well, like, look,
I mean, is that a bad thing, or like no one was using them at the time? I mean,
Well, I guess you could say if no one used them and nobody knew them, maybe, or wanted them, you know, to either cremate or bury, because nobody loved them. I guess you could say it's not.
Well, there's a thing
It's not
about
a
that.
bad thing.
Yeah,
that's
Maybe,
a great
exactly.
assumption to make from that.
yeah, because you
Just that-
use them for something, you know. I guess you could say that. I mean, if you had to.
yeah. I mean, I still have the bones in case we ever. It doesn't matter, but
I think he
it's
pulled
fine.
out the femur at this point and is waving it around.
No, it's in like powder form.
It's just
Yeah.
the dog gets from a dog powder, don't worry.
I'm gonna look closely. I was like, are they secretly been lizard folk this whole time and I've just never noticed?
Insight check.
I don't know. It's like, listen, right, guys, when you bought it, did you buy it from a shop that sold like goods and sundries, or did you perhaps go somewhere where you would normally buy things? Was there other people buying them at the time? Was there a queue? Was there a price list on the wall?
No, it was more of like a barter kind of situation
Right.
where I went in and said,
I feel
"Hello,
like-
sir."
I feel like for everybody's sake here, the less we know, the better.
Yeah.
So how about we just move on from that for now, Jack? I love you. Please
Love you, man.
just keep that to
Aw.
yourself for now,
Yeah.
and let's find somewhere where we can actually work out what we need to do. Food, drinks, everyone.
Yeah, let's get some
Clothes. I need
Yes.
some new clothes.
Yeah.
I could go for some
Well,
clothes.
maybe when the shop's open.
All my
So,
clothes don't fit me anymore.
Let's
um,
get some new clothes.
for the time of the day you're here in the evening. So you arrived in early evening. Now, being here before, Sir Janice, you will know of an area not too far away from here, maybe 15, 20 to 25 minute walk. Because where you were on the bottom shelf of where the ports were, there was a big high wall, and then you've got just above where that wall is where you would regularly call the quayside, because this part of the port is where you bring in all goods and services and stuff as well. So, with that, you can go to a place which is collectively known, where it's the shopping area, your food, your drinks, your inns and that. It's called the quarry. It's such known as a quarry because this was one of the first quarries opened that had access to all of this material for building. Strangely enough, though, as you're walking along, you'll see it start to get less and less like that type of architecture. It's almost as if there was never any thought put into the quarry for architecture-wise and materials when they were mining it, because they were selling it on and going, so they used whatever they had at the time. So this feels more familiar to the likes of yourself, Ralph, and now the artist formerly known as Gaz. This looks more like almost like the Flotsam in ways, where there's bits of materials hanging on to as you start to walk further down the street and in. But the quarry is this huge quarry. As you walk in, it starts to go down into the mountain, and it seems to have. I'll not tell you that bit actually. It starts to go down, but it's not as deep as you would think it would be. You would have thought they would have gone deeper into the mountain, but it stops at a certain point. It's almost like a corkscrew kind of feel, whereas you've got houses and shops along built within the mountain rock itself.
Can I throw a stone down?
Yeah.
That's deep,
Oh,
but not as deep as I thought.
Yeah, it's deep, but you can see to the bottom.
That is deep. But I can see to the bottom.
Thank you, Gaz. Jack.
Perfect delivery.
Yes.
As we're going through, is there any like businesses you see, like especially like anything food based, that looks busier than other locations around it? Any place that stands out more? Like any place that has more people?
Make a perception check with advantage, because you'll know what you're looking for.
So Janice, perhaps look for a place that has got more people who are human.
So, with that question, got
That question and an 18
yeah,
total.
with that question being asked, so Janice, you'll know that this, if there is going to be anywhere a place where it's more kind of integrated with the like different races and less xenophobic, it would be the quarry area, because this is where all manner of trades and bartering and goods happen. This so that you'll you'll be safe here if you're worried about that kind of thing.
I just don't want them touching my shell constantly. Humans always like, oh, can I touch your shell? No, fuck up. Don't touch my shell.
That's fair.
Listen, if there's anyone who is acting like that around here, they're the weird one. So no one will blame you if you punch them. Just saying.
So,
Okay.
as you're looking around, you look to one of the favourite haunts, which is an inn basically an inn. It's further down. It's about 60 feet down into the corkscrew. There's when I say corkscrew, it looks like a corkscrew. There is that pathway that corkscrews round, but there are many different types of bridges and ladders, stairs, rickety stairs, and all that just crisscross across the quarry itself. So there are many different ways across. It's not just going down and around in a circle. There's all these different types of bridges and that just. It's almost like a lattice work, the way it just kind of integrates. It almost kind of like a spider web as well. You see them all come down at different angles and shapes. So you will know of the main area, what happens to be called, affectionately known as the shaft, the main shaft. This was one of the areas where, well, I know a wee bit more of history, but again, you got a good 21, and you've been here before. You'll have heard this over a drunken things. Some of the older miners saying this is where a lot of people stayed and lived when they were mining within it. So it's this huge, and you've been in before. It doesn't look much on the outside, but it looks gorgeous inside, especially now with renovations.
This place is.
It's the main shaft.
This place, it's a good spot. Trust me. Don't judge it by how it looks. And if anywhere's likely to know what's going on, it's in here. So let's go get shafted.
Nice.
Cool. Is that what you say around here?
I regret nothing.
I regret everything. I shouldn't.
Yes, Jack. Yes, it is.
Nice. Let's get shafted.
Let's go shafted.
Oh wow.
I've noticed that.
Echoes everywhere. Shafted.
You and also have generals. You seem to make a lot of references that everything like, oh, look at that big long thing. That's like a penis. That's a.
Do we?
Yeah, all the time. Like I'd say about 70% of humor that I've heard from people that have penises is like, hey, look, that looks like a penis. So, yes.
That is very true, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I haven't really
It's
noticed.
interesting.
Only 70?
Like, if you come to total village, we're not like, oh, like.
Yeah, I'm
just
thinking
quick,
maybe about 95%.
That as you're walking down down one of these rickety rope bridges towards where the main shaft is. Yeah.
Hold on to the side. It's
Yeah.
just observation, you know, it's like-
Sorry,
It's interesting.
sorry, Ralph. I'm such a blowhard sometimes.
No, that was terrible. That's in the 5%. Didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
I'm
jump
actually
off,
gonna
guys.
shake this picture.
If anybody has a fear of heights, it is quite intimidating as you start to walk down into it, especially at a steep level.
Ralph.
Yeah, as a steep
You
level
guys
as well,
do
for sure.
realise that I can't fly, right? If I fall off this, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
If you die, I'll bring you back to life.
Will you use my bones and my blood?
Only if they're not being used.
No, I would like you to use them, please.
No one's using anyone's
That's not
bones
one
today.
wish.
Please.
Something different might
Please,
happen
I
if
like
you
this.
change that. Nope, she doesn't say that.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
However, so you managed to get back onto flat, solid ground at this point, and you're outside the main shaft. Now, this is it's quite a nice, intricate marble carving of the sign just above this one singular door.
There's a sorry, just to Liam's sense, there's a carving of the door above the door.
No. It's a carving of the sign saying the main shaft of the type of I'll call it faux marble because I can't remember the word offhand.
Was it dwarves that have done most of the work here? Start because they're very literal people, so they would lift back the main shaft. Whereas I imagine every human that comes through here would be like, ha shaft.
Are you
Yes,
asking?
Gas, because Gas seemed to know. Yeah, Gas seemed to know about this earlier on.
Yeah. So, no, this
Gas
is
Jack.
looking at the carving. This is exactly how you've seen in some of the books you've read. This is human. This is human carved. Like there's not a lot of dwarven architecture here. Very sparse at points.
Looking
So that
at
joke's
the,
just from day one.
Yeah.
looking at the architecture, Ralph, I can assuredly say that this is human. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But like I say, it's very sparse on the outside. There is literally one torch unlit at this point because there's still daylight coming down through, and it's just the one faux marble sign with the main shaft, and it's just a singular door.
Go and walk through this door. I mean, we're going this way. Yeah, like, walk through the door.
Yeah, I think we should walk through the door.
Yeah. So
I pick the lock. No, I don't. I just pick the door.
yeah. So as soon as you walk in and open the door,
Oh, look.
there is all manner of sounds, smells, senses just go into overload as you walk in. Now, as you walk into the main area, it is huge inside. It's incredible. If you could imagine what an old man pub would look like in the fantasy days, this is all intricately carved wood just on the floors. There's wooden pillars holding up bits of rock. You can still see some of the, I don't know if it's staglamites or stalactite, I can't remember what's hanging down, but a lot of pointy cave things on the roof is still there for the looks of when it was a mine, but everything else around it is carved wood, carved with faux marble. It is up there with probably one of the nicest inns you've ever been in, and you'll know this from Sir Janice that this isn't the best. This is very much working class, and this is absolutely fantastic craftsmanship and artisan work you've ever seen. Even in the books with yourself, Ralph, and because of your history check as well, Jack, you have never seen anything like this up close. It is absolutely phenomenal. There's chairs, tables everywhere. There is a stage for where you're playing, which you have frequented a lot of times. So Janice, a huge long bar. It must be about 50 feet long. This one bar, just right along the side. There's glowing orbs just floating above, just to give you the kind of light, because there is no windows in here. There's a handful of patrons now, a couple of guards just chatting away, talking. There is music being played on said stage by a rather rambunctious orc drummer, just playing a it's one of the kind of old Irish drums where you have the wind bit. It sounds more like obviously orc metal, if you want to call it that, or orc stone if you would, because there's no metal here.
Oh, a classic.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know this one.
the main attraction is, though, when you walk in and you see in the centre of the room, because it's very, very cylindrical, kind of circular room, is a huge faux marble statue of what appears to be some sort of human holding a pickaxe over his shoulder, and there's and he's standing on what appears to be rock and different types of materials on the base of it.
Guys, I think he might have made this.
Ooh.
Is this something that I would know the story behind this, having been from the area?
Yes, this is something you would know. Yeah.
Can I look for like a plaque or something with
Yes,
like some sort of name on it?
There's a plaque.
I'll go towards the bar.
So, yeah, you go towards the bar. As you're looking for a plaque, your passive perception will get it. Seems to be in a faux marble kind of plaque, but it's a different colour to the faux marble because this faux marble is all more white and grey. This one is very, very dark with black, kind of traces of purple, what looks like amethyst just going through it, and then in gold inlay. This is the statue of the founder of the quarry. It says Goldwyn Anistate. Now, Goldwyn Anistate, you'll know Sir Janus. His story is quite an interesting one, indeed. If you want to go further, you can.
Go to the count in full. Okay.
If you want me to count in full, I can give you the bullet points, or I can count you in full because you've probably written a couple of songs about this man. So this was it was an interesting time in the Empire when this was getting built.
I'd like to learn his history via song.
Well, that's not my job to do.
So Janice, you can perform a song for us.
You probably could.
There's already a performer on stage right now. I'll never upstage. Good show. That's just
I'm gonna go and go up to the bar man or woman and try and ask them if he can perform.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
You got it. Scans. Oh, well, no, let's just tell him he's here. They're probably waiting on him. He's the greatest bard in the world. He told me himself. It's in his name.
As this is happening, do I recognize whoever is working behind the bar at this point? Like, is it someone that I would be familiar with?
Give me a perception check.
No, I close my eyes and leave the bar.
I was like, oh no, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, okay.
Run away!
That
So,
would be an 18.
Ooh.
yes, you recognise a young and slender Minotaur woman. Not so much with the pointed horns; it's more kind of curved horns. Almost like a little tuft of beard, just on the kind of where the snout would be. She's very slender but built for the kind of race she is. You'll recognise her, Sir Janus. You will recognise her well because you once had a tryst with this lassie and it didn't end well.
Oh boy.
So we'll go to that young Minotaur lady. I think she'll definitely be so handsome. She'll definitely have heard of him. Let's go.
Let's go.
Excuse me,
As it's
miss.
going, I'm just going to try and play it as cool as possible and just be like, just lean in the bar like, hello.
So you as you come up, right? Yeah, is this how you interact with her?
Oh god, no, not at all. Like, Janus is going to be definitely awkward as fuck right now. He's just going to be like, oh crap.
Okay, so as
Why
you
did it have to be her
so
shift?
as you
Now ask her. Now ask her. I'll help. But let it go. Beep, 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 beep.
yeah, so as you walk up, she'll turn around and go, "Hello and welcome. My name's Muldoon, and you're and look straight at you, Sir Janus.
This is Sir
Well,
Janice,
dude,
and he
it's
would like
been
to
so
perform.
long. Nyla,
Wait,
please,
no,
shut up. Shut up.
No,
Shut
he's great. He's the greatest bard in the world. You have to hear him perform.
So here,
He will grace your stage with your
Muldoon,
presence.
my
first.
dear.
Oh,
Muldoon, you can't honestly still be frustrated. It's been so long. It's water under the bridge at this point, my dear.
there wasn't
My
much water
darling.
under the bridge anyway.
I feel like frustrated and so long.
Oh.
But I seem to know her particularly.
Do you think they're
Maybe like,
friends?
what about if like Sir Janus wrote like an apology song just for you?
A poem.
An epic ballad.
Yes,
How to
a
say that
love
word?
song.
You must have 100 of these things. I mean, especially for her, so Janice the Grande.
Yeah, surely there's more than one.
Actu-
Doings.
this
Very
is very noticeable. Yeah. Actually, that sounds like a good idea. I would like to hear this apology if you have one.
That's a great.
I'd imagine you're pretty
Yes,
good
I
at
would
them
like
by
to hear
now.
it.
I'd imagine you're pretty good at them by now.
Oh damn.
Muldoon, my dear, it wasn't what you thought. Honestly, I can understand why it would have seemed that way at the time. We were all very drunk. She looked, well, you understand what I mean. You've been there yourself.
Performance anxiety, have
You
you?
think I'd have it?
That sounds familiar.
Oh dear, Sir Janice was a bit
Alpha's going to get
naughty.
out his notebook, which says study of like
In case
non-total
in case of
romance.
emergency.
I'm gonna write down some notes here. This seems to be some kind of awkwardness. Now, did you two meet? Is that what happened?
I presume
Ralph.
so.
Sorry, this isn't a shameful thing in Total Society. This is like a beautiful thing that comes of the death of the Turtles involved. But what I understand that the other types of humanoids seem to, yeah, they like recreation. So, what? Explain to me in detail what happened. I'll ask the, if you don't want to tell about it, Suggested Grande, I'll ask the bartender.
Why, sure,
So
all
what-
2 minutes of it.
2 minutes. I thought it was supposed to last longer than that. Sorry. I can't even do it with a straight face.
Is that not long enough? I mean, there's usually in total there's a 3-day ceremony before. So they've opened out lotions, the rubbing, all that kind of
Oh,
thing.
the ceremony, yeah.
Yeah, the
Ah,
ceremony.
yes, we call that foreplay. Something Sir Janice hasn't heard of.
Muldoon, Muldoon, my darling, my dearest, my love.
My,
If
oh, I love
brought
now, is it?
flowers, I would bring a dove.
Oh dear.
I swear to you, my dear, from Orc to Minotaur, I only beg forgiveness. I could not give more.
I thought
Ralph,
you
how
said something
cute
at the
would
back
that
door there.
child be?
Back door.
Oh, a little green minotaur, that would be beautiful. Is that how it works? I'm not really sure how.
Okay. Make
think so.
me a persuasion check with advantage because that was off the cuff pretty fly. I like that.
Yeah, I think a sweet lady would guide you in this, so we'll do. That was beautiful.
Maybe.
Gats.
That's good.
It's a 20, and let's see what else we get. Fingers crossed for something. That was a wow. I'm glad that was advantage because that was a natural one.
And you get a D4 to add to that as well.
A D4. I like a D4.
For the guidance that our good
would
friend
have like-
Rolf did.
I kept shooting at you, yeah.
Yeah.
So 20 plus?
And surely, due to the fact that it was done in rhyme off the fly of the moment, surely that
I think that's why I gave you the advantage, mate.
Yeah.
As well.
That's why I gave you advantage. I was
fair.
pretty good. Off the cuff,
Yeah,
it
that
was
was fair.
very well done.
I hate that I missed it.
You made a beautiful rhyme. It was. It brought tears.
Yeah,
It was
well,
terrible.
yeah.
It was
For anyone who
terrible.
happened to walk away
Beautiful
from the
is- beautiful
screen,
is a strong word.
yeah, for anyone who happened to walk away from the screen at the time, you can always rewatch
Let's go.
And furthermore, frankly, I believe that is why Minotaurs are inferior.
Wow. Yeah, that's how we come back in. Yeah. Hi. We apologise for that. There was a bit of technical hiccup there for whatever reason it was, but we are back. However,
We sacrificed a Leon to bring back the stream. It
yes,
seems a fair deal.
and we've now resurrected
he's
him
back.
back as an old man. It just happens to look like Leon. So, yes, with that,
What would have been great is if we'd all changed like into the different monitors and just nobody mentioned it.
yeah. So,
I was just sitting at Rachel's house and Leon was at my house. Like, how the fuck did you just do that?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So, with that, as you give your perfect, almost perfect apology song and or poem, she'll roll her eyes and goes, "What are you doing here, Sejanus?"
We've been traveling for some time, and we're actually looking for an actual specific ship just now. The Passion Eternal. We're wondering if you'd heard anything about it recently.
I can't say I've heard anything about it, unfortunately. So to be fair, you're probably barking up the wrong tree. Something it happens to you do a
Might wanna
lot
crunch
in your
back
life,
quieter.
so Janice.
Don't worry about the
You know
plan.
what?
More ask about the
That was earned. That was earned.
That's
I
fair.
understand that.
She kind of taken aback by that, but yeah, she's still stern. Can I get you a drink?
But I will tell you one thing though. We will absolutely take a drink, and it is good to see you, my dear.
Always a charmer. What you having?
What are we all having?
The strongest you've got.
So Janice's
The
treat,
cheapest
of course.
you've got in the building.
Yes.
My liver was recently reincarnated, so I would like to destroy it.
She looks.
not wrong.
She looks at Jack, and then she looks at Sir Janice.
I
Your treat, of
honestly,
course.
I could tell you, but you'd never believe me.
Of course, it's going to be your treat, right?
Yes, it is, my dear. Yes, it is. And you can have one for yourself as well, of course.
Oh, I planned
So
on
Janice
it.
is paying for all of us. Oh, great! I'll have the most expensive thing that you've got.
Oh, don't worry, I've got you sorted. So she starts to go over.
Thank you.
I just want ale, just a regular ale. I'm not interested in anything particularly strong.
That is
Trust
fine.
me, if I'm going to make it out of this with everything intact, we'll drink what she pours.
So
Yes.
with that, she gets you a couple of things. She takes on the fact that Ralph was wanting an ale. You're given an ale. This looks really, really nice.
Yeah.
It's perfectly poured. If anyone else is having ale at that point, you can certainly have one. If you're wanting something stronger or more expensive, Nyla, you will be given a shot, a wooden shot glass with what seems to be a really, really clear liquid in it. The smell of alcohol coming off it is obscene. But she hands you it and says, "Courtesy of Sir Janice." What are you having,
Thank you very much.
Jack?
And she just downs it.
Make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Oh boy.
You literally described it as the most like strong thing ever. Like,
So
10.
10. Excellent. What are you having, Jack?
I feel like I'm older now, so I should have like a grown-up drink. Do you have any form of like cocktails?
a woo woo.
Oh, woo woo.
The most grown up of all the things.
Yes, the sex on the beach. Why not?
Yeah.
What's
Or
a
as it's
beach?
known, it's original draconic.
Yes. I can give you what Nyla. I give your friend there. Sorry, she wouldn't know your name's Nyla.
We have name tags.
Insight
Tastes
check.
Yeah.
great.
We have name tags. I don't want anything straight. Do you have any wine, maybe?
I can
Or
get you
like
wine for sure.
I'll go for wine.
What? Any particular brand? You have no idea. There's different brands. Any wine that was had in the flotsam is just either red or white.
We call it bucket
And-
wine.
Yeah.
anything from
So fun.
anything from this year, I guess.
I could give you something, yeah, for sure. So she goes back, she uncorks this thing, and it is this gorgeous yellow wine. is yellow. There's no sparkle to it. It just pours neat, and she gives you a wooden goblet, and then there you go. It's a nice wine. It's grown from further up in the mountain.
Thank you. Do you have any glass?
Ooh.
Unfortunately, no. We do a lot of the glasses kept for the higher ups in some of the buildings in some of the nice fancier districts, like so the financial
This is
places.
fancy.
Oh well, thank
Trust
you.
me, Jack. They don't know what they're doing up there. It tastes much better out the wood.
Yeah, for sure. It's aged and matured, and it's built from some of the barrels, so it gives it adds an extra kick to it. From there,
That's
and
the good stuff.
usual Sir Janice,
You know me.
boom, pours your nail. It's not well poured though. She pours a perfect pint, but because of said thing,
Not for you.
there's quite a big head on it. There's very little of it left. That'll be 2 gold.
Intentional.
Yeah.
I love it.
That will be 2 gold. Oh, sorry, I was going to get myself one. And she pulls up this big bottle. That'll be 3 gold silver. 3 gold and 5 silver.
3 gold and 5 silver. Make it 5.
Okay.
Can I have a nail as well, please? Sir Janice, you might have to pay a bit extra for another one.
No,
I'm
it's
not
fine.
sure.
Don't worry about it. She'll give you an ale, and it's perfectly poured, Nyla. Now, for those who are drinking the ale, this is smooth. This is probably one of the smoothest ales you've ever had in your days. It is gorgeous.
Ooh.
There's a hint of honey and lemon to the taste, and the aroma from it is phenomenal. If you could both roll a d6 and add that to temporary hit points for the day.
6? Oh, buzzing.
So you have
I got a 13.
well, a d6. So you know.
That's
How
what
did you
I
get a
Yeah.
13 with a d6?
I didn't really. I just thought I'd
I was
define
the cleric.
Yeah, that makes sense that you get a 2, Sir Janice. To be fair, so
Yeah. It's better in the 4.
so Niall, at this point you are incredibly drunk just after that shot you took.
Yeah.
You're almost blind. It's whoa. Ooh.
Now, there's a real
Sir
difference
Janice,
between this.
I didn't know you had a twin.
Yeah.
How come you never mentioned that before?
It's because he
gonna
was the
push-
favourite of the family.
Nyla slightly just to see how much she rocks.
Her monk stature and skills, she's standing very, very well, but she is swaying side to side, but her balance is perfect.
She's just humming around.
Yeah,
to
it's
tune,
almost
that
like one
makes
of
no
those
sense.
kind of, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, this is a
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
no, you don't notice it. You certainly don't notice it. I mean, you're up
I
on
know that's like
yeah,
what it is.
you're up on your ankles and you're holding your balance very well, but you are is noticeably drunk.
But no, what? You asked about a shell. As I say, let's not bother with passion at all. Could you find out what happened to the city? It seems to be more on fire than I'd expect.
Oh right, I take it you've just arrived then, yes.
Yeah, we've been gone a
Yeah.
long time. What happened?
Well, it happened about around about a month ago. That's it seems to have died down now. Like it's more the fact that some of the soldiery have been fighting wars, quick battles in between in the streets up here and down. It seems to be some sort of coup or something. We don't know who or what, but they seem to think that it started with the Freitas Lux.
Oh, so there's an in-city insurrection happening now, like
It's
in
a
the
civil
street.
war.
It's kind of settled down now. It's stopped. It's stopped since, but the soldiery seem to have it under control. But it happened. Started a couple of months ago. Round about a
Where
month.
did it start?
It started up in the financial district, and then kind of poured in from the kind of the temple areas up in the. There is a particular name for it. I can't remember off the time, but you'll know it as it's basically a district where there's a lot of different types of temples of worship, but that's more held by the Freitas Lux because that temple stands above all else.
I'll pipe up and say, but I thought the Freitas Lux was the national church of the empire. Why would they cause this?
Well, it seems to be that someone has. There's been a lot of, well, from what I hear anyway, a lot of the there's been a lot of political movement within the Freitas Locks. It's the folk have decided that they should go in one direction and instead of the other, and it seemed to started off as infighting, but I don't know what's happened since because the soldiery have had to get involved.
So, excuse my ignorance. Do you mean that the church itself has split, as in there were factions within the church instead of fighting, and they have drawn in, like perhaps got the government of this city?
Unfortunately, I'm not a Freitas Locks. I have no idea myself. I just know there was a lot of infighting.
Oh, are you not a worshipper of the Freitas?
Oh no, I'm not.
So it was my understanding that it was kind of. I'd hesitate to use the word force, but the people I've met seem to think it was compulsory, is perhaps a better word.
Well,
that you had.
It kind of is, but like I say, the quarry is its own beast, shall we say? It's usually like the port down here. It's almost a safe haven for the likes of any race or without any xenophobia being put upon. If further up you go, it's because it's usually a human sentiment.
That was what I was going to ask. So if one such as myself was to travel to the top, then I would more would look at me and perhaps question me on whatever my faith was, or I'd be access unless I had proper business.
It's okay. I'll just turn into a person. Don't you worry, Ralph.
Well, a
It's
couple
all
of
good.
times.
I've got this.
If you'd been here a couple of months earlier, if you were here a couple of months earlier, you'd have been fine. You would have got strange looks for sure, but I wouldn't bank on your safety now if you were to go further up.
Right. That's interesting. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, I have one last question. Is there some kind of library or a learning center that I could get access to in the lower districts, or is that something that's up the top?
Unfortunately, well, we do have a couple of books and stuff like that and bookshops around here, but if you go into the library, it's up further up into the religious district and where the financial district as well.
Right, I thank you for your information.
No, not at all. Would you be requiring a room?
Treagles round here.
Treagles?
Did you say, like, in my mind I heard golf courses and
no. Would you? Do you require a room?
Please.
Yeah, we will be needing one.
At least two, I'd imagine.
Best one you've got. So Janice is paying.
Can we not sleep in our ship?
Well, we'd have to go out and come back in.
It's not a bad idea. You do have a ship.
We'd save money.
But how much does it cost for the room first?
Can we do that?
Honestly, here it's usually 3 silver a person.
3 silver.
That's not very
Yeah,
much.
we make our money off of our food and drink, especially now that the trade has been restricted since all this has started.
Right, well, I mean, for tonight, perhaps we could stay here and then return to the ship more as the days go on. But
unfortunately, it would not be our best rooms. Unfortunately, a lot of them are taken up by some of the soldiery, as they've had to garrison some of them here. But we can certainly give you some of our simple rooms.
So you're telling me the soldiers are staying here, like, already? They're actually based in here?
Yes, they're taking. They move into shifts as they wander up into just to make sure there's no insurrections.
Well, that's right. We seen that the building had seemed to suffer some kind of attack. One of our companions with the soldiery themselves attacked. With the buildings attacked? Is that what happened?
Well, the garrisons they still hold, but I think you might be talking about the Watchers.
Yeah, that could be. As part of there's so many different types here. I don't really know the difference.
Well, and unfortunately, that was one of the first places that was hit.
The Watchers now, I think I've heard of it. They're the ones that and he points to the bangle, and they're the ones that are in control of this. Is that right?
Kind of. They're more like your secret police, so to speak. I mean, they hire for everybody. I mean, it used to be the fact that it used to be human, but they don't do that anymore. They're equal opportunists, as they call them.
Phrase secret police, that seems kind of ominous to me, but I've never lived here before. Were they regarded quite well? Did they do a good job?
if you ever meet one, you could probably tell me. I've never met one myself.
Interesting. But they had a barracks and a headquarters.
Yes, indeed. They had it was quite well guarded as well until obviously the start of the month.
Until it caught fire and exploded.
Yeah,
Okay, that's interesting.
So that was one of the first places hit.
yeah, for sure.
And that is interesting. So, it almost sounds like he was targeted.
I would like to think that's probably the case.
Okay, I need
Will
to
do.
do something secret. Is there anywhere I can go that's secret?
Well, you could go to your room if you want.
Are we staying here?
Let's get the rooms booked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get a room booked for the night.
Oh,
and we can do
okey-dokey.
everything.
What exactly are you doing that needs to be kept secret?
Well, it's a secret.
She-
I can't tell you that, can I?
Well, I would
she's
feel
very
uncomfortable.
shy.
I lean in towards Smolden.
Yeah.
Listen, her and the turtle, she's learning quite a few different religion things. I think she might have meant sacred. She's drinking a lot, so she's still learning a thing or two.
Make us a persuasion check.
If it helps us all, I'll kind of pull out my my symbol of Shima and be like, she's learning about Shima.
If you're
Got
helping,
one
do it
luck.
with advantage.
Now, we need to teach you a little bit about discretion. I was going to say discrepancy there.
Oh my god.
Discretion.
Actually, that's okay. Like to say, it's weird that the fact she's asking for secrecy, but as you say, she meant sacred, and she did give her one of the more powerful drinks. Right. Yeah, for sure. And well, we don't have any temples down here. Well, there is little. Well, I cannot think of a word for them. It's like little altars they're dotted around the area in the quarry, but I suppose you could probably find something here, but we don't have any in the main shaft.
Oh no, it's not religious. It's gonna be even cooler than religious things.
But I'm leading her away at this point. Let's just go.
Yeah.
I think you need to.
I'll put it down to the drink, of course.
Yeah.
If you need anything, just you know where I am.
What do I owe you for the rooms?
3 silver. We'll say that it's 10 silver for a
Are we
gold
sharing?
piece. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, if you're getting rooms for yourself, it would be 1 gold, 2 silver.
We should probably like share to save money.
Actually, I suppose we could call it just 1 gold, seeing as how you're giving us an extra couple of coins for your services.
You are very welcome.
Oh,
And
so
I
Janice
just
will
wander
play
off to the
like,
room and don't pay.
So it's just
I'm
1
sure
gold for the room.
Janice will play.
So if you're what are you doing from here? Are you staying for a couple more drinks, or are you?
Well,
Well, I actually want to ask Muldoon a couple more questions.
So
Well, a specific thing.
yeah,
Just in...
we will get to that in a minute. Then, what about Lee? What about Ralph, Jack, and Nyla? We'll start with
I'm
Ralph.
just going to take. Well, Nyla's walked off, so I'm going to go with Nyla and take her to. I'm assuming the rooms that we know the direction to.
Yeah,
Or we're just
so-
wandering around.
So, you're pointing to the rooms now. The nicer ones are kept on the ground floor. It's only now you notice that it's not so much a first floor. It is just a stairway arch that goes up against the wall. It's carved into the wall and walks along the kind of round area where there's a couple of little more doors. Quite sparsely put apart. You would have thought they would have been closer together, but they're not. As you walk in now. Again, as you walk in, the simple door, exactly like what the main shaft's door was, you walk into this room and it is comparably bigger than any room you've been in. As a simple room, this is really, really nice. That is almost there. Comparative to our reality, it's almost up to 4.5 stars. So you could only imagine what the nicer rooms would be like if this is what they call a simple room. As you walk in, it's 2 single beds. It is lovely linen. This is some of the softest linen you've felt. It's proper goose feather pillows. There's actually running plumbing within the toilets, which is something
Oh my god.
foreign to use, especially. And there seems to be some sort of kind of shower apparatus where there's a couple of flues that point down into this bucket of water, and and from the looks of it, in fact, if you want to give us an Arcana check, or I'm trying to think of another skill that might do it.
Should I do
Arcana.
it at disadvantage?
Yeah, everything for you right now is disadvantage. Yeah, Arcana or no, we'll go with Arcana because I can't
That's
think
a
of anything for
13.
science. Nice.
22.
22. Yeah. So the way this works is there seems to be some sort of there is some sort of water tank above that you can't really see because it comes in through from the ceiling. And then you've got two flues that run water in. Now the water seems to pass. One side of the water seems to pass through what seems to be like a globe. It's like almost like a brass or coppery globe as the water passes through. You don't know what that looks like or what it does, but the other side doesn't have one. And when the water pours into a certain level, it kind of tips forward slightly and just pours down onto you. So it looks as if it's almost like a kind of waterfall effect. Effectively, what I'm saying is a shower. It's a shower apparatus.
It's a really
Yeah.
fancy way of saying it's a shower.
Yeah. And within the shower, it's some of that faux marble as well, which seems to be easy to clean down. Again, a shower. But
It's interesting.
it's really, really fancy stuff. And again, it's a couple of the glowing orbs in the above just to give you that natural light.
Really
Only
interesting.
3 silvers, do you hear?
Yeah.
I actually was going to ask. Well, I will. Well, no, I'm going into the room. If for me, Gaz, and Nyla go in, I'm going to say to Gaz, if you, oh, you're not
I
coming.
don't go in. No.
Okay, cool.
I turn to. You've went already.
Mm.
You've went to bed already, kind of thing. But I would have.
Cool.
Yes.
I'm going to get Nyla to like brush the water on her face and try and soak it up a little bit before we do anything. Nyla, you need
Before
to
you get the chance, you just see like a little flash, and then there's just a little girl.
God damn it.
Hmm.
You
Has
turn back into the teeth.
has the bracelet? What happened to the bracelet?
Ooh.
It's still there.
Thought so. She will
Does it-
change right back into a tiefling.
Does
Damn it!
Can
I
you
thought
take
that
it
might
off
have
though?
worked.
Because the size of the bracelet. Does it change with her? Or like,
Yeah.
Um,
I thought
Pretty
that.
quick.
Yeah, it
Also,
is.
it's not a magical effect. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's not a magical effect. However, because it is a curse. However, it does shrink down to size. You will have noticed when you were getting it applied, it was quite big, but then it it's almost as if it grips. It's not solid, but it grips you. You will have noticed this when you were getting them on.
A second idea. Just gonna go into a pouch and get some of the acid that she got from the trees and pour it on to the actual.
You start to pour
thing.
some of the acid on, and it just kind of runs off as if it's almost resistant to it, and it just pours off, and you can. You start to burn. So you'll take. I'll roll for that.
Good idea though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Elf, it's broke. It's broke. Help!
So you'll take 1 point of acid damage from that, but you'll notice that it just runs off naturally, but it starts to burn into the floor of the room.
Oh shit! Is it gonna go all the way through?
Gonna lose your deposit or something. I don't know.
Oh dear! I shouldn't be allowed in here.
Oh, I'm so glad I tipped.
Yeah. So with that, Gaz, Jack, what are you doing?
I turned to Sir Janice and just looked quite disappointed. Like, I knew if we came to an inn, we would have just ended the night here. I was wanting to explore our city more, see more of it, you know.
Well, don't you worry, Jack. I might have an idea, and you might actually be quite helpful to have for this, but let me find out something first.
Okay.
So, if everything's okay, we'll go to Sir Janice as you go. Yes, what can I do for you,
So
Sir
I'll
Janice?
just look- I'll do. Couple things first. Everything that's happened. How's this impacted the business for everyone?
But down here, it's hardly touched. As if anything, our business is a little bit better. Just for the likes of with the soldiery coming in and taking up some of the rooms for garrison, it's doing very well for business. But a lot of people aren't getting allowed in, it's only recently if you've came in today, it's just really noticed that the fact that a lot of people are being allowed in again, which is quite nice. But there's not been a lot of locals coming in and about anymore, because of the strict curfews.
Yeah, it's making it hard for a lot of people to move about, I guess.
For sure.
What about the Harland family business? How have they been coping?
The Harland? Why are you asking about the Harlands?
You've known me how long? You know why I'm asking. No, that's never going to change. I'm sorry for what I'm sorry for everything that happened, but that's probably never going to change.
Well, fair enough. It's
And
yeah, you were going to do something.
no, I was just going. He was basically going to apologize again. So.
Yeah. I understand. It's hard to get out of. To be fair, we haven't really heard anything from that side for a long time. It's as if they've gone deeper underground in case, because if the Watchers can be hit, and the Watchers are quite secretive.
I guessed as much. We've actually recently met one of them, and even he looked shocked at everything that was going on. So,
yeah,
it's hard to think that Freda Slux of all people, they're the ones that done all this. They're just.
I can believe
it is what it is.
Well, we don't really.
That's fair. That's fair, Jack.
Yeah, it started with the Freitas Lux, but it might not be the Freitas Lux. I mean, if they were fighting within each other, it could be something totally different. I'd like
in regards to fighting,
yeah,
we're kind of, as you're aware, the standard rules, they always still apply no matter the situation. I know that there are people who have always been able to get around that kind of thing. Do you know who I could talk to maybe get us a bit more freedom so that we aren't, if we do have to go further in, we're not caught in the middle of a fight we can't do nothing about?
Well, unfortunately, anybody that you know would probably be better suited, but they've all gone deeper underground.
Damn.
It's almost Godzilla-like. I'm going deeper underground. Too much trouble in the town. Yeah. Always panic in my shaft.
That famous theatre piece that was going on. Remember the giant kaiju?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how this all started. Spoiler. So, yeah. So, it's, but like I say, if you can find anybody, you'd probably be better, but it's going to take a lot of finding.
Well, thanks for letting us know anyways. It's good to see that all this trouble hasn't hit you too hard.
Are you still seeing her then? As you walk away, and it just stops you in your tracks, a question.
It's complicated.
It always was. You're better than that, you know.
Am I? Am I really? We'll see. We'll see.
Good luck.
And I'll just...
And she goes back to her stuff.
As I'm walking away, I'll just stop one more time. Just slightly walk back towards... You know, it's been a long time since then. Learned a trick or two. That's all I'm saying. And I just keep walking away.
We're doomed to repeat our mistakes, you know.
No regrets.
I assure you I'll not be making similar. As she walks back into the she walks through into the kitchen area.
I'll put my hand on Jack's shoulder and just say, well, can't blame a guy for trying.
Nyla's gonna go running down the stairs and just go, Jack! We need to find somewhere to fight. We need to go to a fight club.
She is
fight
pissed.
club.
She is pissed. Raz, Ralph, I'm assuming you're following her back out.
God damn, look, can we get her some, is there like some kind of strong beverage that sobers people up? Because I don't think fighting is the right thing for us to do right now.
So
I
Janice,
don't sleep,
yeah,
though, so what am
you
I
will know
supposed
of
to do?
you will know of this fine brown bean that has been cultivated within this kind of lands. If when ground up properly and applied to hot water, it smells almost like coffee.
I always think you're jazzed as much like, I'm ready to fight!
I will also look at Jack and then just go, I'm hungry.
She's not. She's no longer drunk. She's high.
We could get some food sent to the rooms and we could have a quick conversation about what we want to do next. And then
Yeah,
we
we
could, I mean, that's
You know what? Yeah.
We can get you some food. Me
What?
and Sir
No,
Janet.
I'm hungry.
Oh shit.
Okay. All right. We're definitely taking you back to the room.
I'm
Ralph
thinking
and
Oh,
we'll do that
souls. Yeah, we know, we
special
get it.
thing.
Well, I
Did you
I
eat
can't.
that a day ago?
I mean, I can't just do it on a whim. I need to like prepare and things. Nyla,
Well, let's get preparing.
all right. Let's not start
is anyone
doing
around
that
right now?
when there's people around.
Well,
And
so
yeah,
we're, like, at the stairs.
Yeah,
so,
you're
like, I mean,
literally still within the quarry within the main shaft's central reservation.
well,
That's okay, we can go upstairs.
I'm Jack
Okay, yeah,
isn't
like-
sure what to do. He's just gonna stand in by the bar.
Okay.
Right. We're definitely going to just try and take her upstairs just now, and we'll come back in order for it if we need to first. But if she's hungry, Sir Janice is definitely making sure she's not around a crowd right now.
We should probably take her with us, right, Janice? Or what do you think?
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Cool, cool.
So,
Okay.
what's the plan? You going up to one of the rooms, yeah?
Yeah, we'll take her up to the room now. Just like whatever happens, we should make
Right.
sure there's no other way people can get to whatever we do just now.
So,
Right.
Nyla's feeling in a cheeky sack kind of mood, so she's like being a bit like naughty, and she's gonna try and escape and run out of the bar. The inn.
you run.
I'm not chasing a monk. I just want to make that perfect. Balls and shit. I am
Yeah.
on a 50-pound turtle.
Yeah, she
Right,
starts.
runs. Good luck.
Yeah, she starts to giggle and she starts running towards the door.
I'll run after.
Can I try and grab her as she
Start
runs?
falling over tables and shit. And
Yeah,
sliding
if you
on
wanna
his legs.
roll a grapple check against a dexterity saving throw for Nyla.
Yeah,
Disadvantage, yeah.
So it's basically your strength check plus
Got a nat
proficiency.
one.
Oh, right, okay. Doesn't matter. She goes, hee! And then she just stops, just,
Yeah.
oh no. And you just
And
throw up in the middle of the
she's
floor.
doing fucking flips and spinning and stuff.
Yeah.
And in reality, she's like,
No, it's the flips in her mind that's causing her to be out. She throws up. Oh. And as Muldoon walks out and goes, oh, for sweet baby Jesus. Or sweet baby gods.
Sweet baby, fruit this fuck.
Yes. Oh, in the name of...
Sweet baby Shima.
Yeah,
we go.
in the name of Shima. She comes around with the mop. Yeah, you're easily caught.
Her. I know her. She sent me a tree though.
You might want to take your friend up to the room, yes?
I think we better.
Good idea.
Yes.
For dinner.
And we'll all just start like corralling Nyla.
Just all
Um,
just trying to help her out.
With the Nat 1, it's easy enough. She is very much
Yeah.
and not in control of her own body right now, which is quite unusual for a monk, but she starts to go up. Gaz, as you enter the room, Sir Janice, you've seen these rooms before. Gaz, you walk in, the exact same description. This is a nice room. This is nothing like you've ever seen.
Oh, gosh.
And you've been in a few fancy places in your time, but it's not as, but the Flotsam fancy is not as fancy as this. And if this is a simple room, you can only imagine what the fancy rooms would be like. You also see the kind of shower mechanism, which you have no idea how to comprehend what it is.
I've never been in a place like this in which I wasn't
Really?
robbing it.
Oh man, I'm really sorry then that they've let the place go so much. I'm sorry. Maybe next time they'll actually
Nice.
clean the place first.
That's really nice.
I think it's just dirty because I came in here.
You see the little hole. You see a little hole in the middle of the floor, just in the middle of the floor for whatever reason.
That was an accident. I was trying my
Ralph.
special thing and it didn't work.
Can I look for the hole?
Ralph, I'm going to just ignore her right now, and I'm begging you to tell me that hole was there when you got here.
That hole was there when I got here. Like, I don't remember putting a hole in the floor. Oh wait, this is the toilet she's talking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I look through the hole?
Okay, let me
Nope.
just clarify. I investigated these things when I came here. This thing appears to be some kind of washing device. And then also I put the
Yeah.
shower on, something I've never seen before. I can't imagine there's just a toilet in the room. That would be real weird. So
Yeah.
I assume there's an enclosed bit where, like, there's
Yes.
a door. And you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And this seems to be a place to evacuate your bowels.
Can
And
I-
then, amazingly enough, there's look at this basin here. Water, which is a valuable resource. Look, I can just, like, splash, splash, splash.
Yeah. Sir Janice, this is nothing to you. This is, well, yeah, of course it is. What else would you get
I
water?
was gonna go underneath this shower contraption thing
Mhm.
and accidentally turn it on somehow.
Right.
She's not sure how.
Make
Just
me,
like,
make me an intelligence check with disadvantage.
I just like to clarify, if I had access
natural
to my
one.
powers,
Yes!
I could easily, like,
I
just
got a natural
purify.
one to 16.
Yeah. You look at it and you're pulling on this. You see, there's not so much a lever, but there's a huge material kind of thing that's just right down one of the sides, and you just start pulling on it, and it's just not coming. It's not working. Why is it not working? You're pulling on what would be effectively a shower curtain. It is a shower curtain you're pulling on. You're trying to get this thing on. Why is it not working? Ralph.
For the first time in a long time, Sir Janice feels cultured.
If you want, so Janice, you know how to turn this on. We will say for brevity as well, Ralph has worked out how to work it as well. There is a simple there's a simple pulley system. You just pull on it and it lets the water run, just in the middle from where the bucket is.
This is nice. I mean, I've not seen anything like that. You don't get things like this in the village. Although I think I could perhaps. And Ralph will again, as always, he'll make some sketches like this is something he could do.
Yeah.
Or
the
at least get somebody who's good at tinkering to do.
The only thing you don't get a really good handle on is the copper kind of brass ball globe that runs that one of the pipes runs through, the flue runs through. You've no idea what that is or how it works, but it's interestingly only got one on one side.
I assumed that was a healing device. Because of my Arcana check, I'm particularly adept at arcane.
Yeah, you would.
And like, I never licked it. It tastes like magic.
It tastes like metal, but
Is there anything I can roll to like confirm or deny? This
is a
experience
heating
there?
device. This is what heats water up as it passes through it, and it heats it up instantly.
I was gonna say because I mean, one side there's like this is clearly the cold side,
Yeah.
this is clearly the warm side. So it's like
And interestingly enough, they
Wow,
go
it's
into
not
the same bucket.
intelligent.
They go into the same
Yeah.
bucket, and then they have the waterfall effect.
I assumed this was some kind of like enchanted heating device. I can't imagine it'd be particularly difficult to make one of these
Yeah.
if you have the resources of the Empire.
I thought it did like magic.
I mean,
Could be
pretty
quite
much,
different.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty amazing that they have this in just a simple room. I mean, this would be the thing that like perhaps the most important people in our village would have.
Yeah, even your
But
village
Ralph, it
elders
doesn't
don't have
work.
anything like this.
Ralph, it's
No, no.
broken. Look.
She's pulling on the shower. You don't know what this.
It's not
You wouldn't know what a
working.
shower curtain is. So Janice is probably the only one who knows what a shower curtain is.
I'm just thinking, whatever this is,
Please
it's not
stop
working.
tugging on that.
The privacy
I do-
that they have here. Then I understand the concept of
Yeah,
privacy.
there is a privacy thing. As you pull it out, you get to see that it is kind of like a partition. when it's to give you privacy.
I mean, again, I'm not a moron. So it's just I understand that
I'm not a
laws are
moron.
laws.
I'm just drunk.
It's a strange material though as you pull it out. It's not like a woven material. It is.
They have polyester in the Empire. Is that what you're telling me here?
Jack, maybe an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Oh, you think real hard, Jack? Well, I hope the lady guides you in what you're doing and give you guidance.
No, this is one of these things you wouldn't be able to. Jack, this is almost like skin. This feels like skin.
Wait, hold on a second.
This is skin.
Do you mean hide, or are you saying the skin?
Oh, this
that's
is the
horrifying. Ah!
in Jack. Or with that roll in Jack's bind, that's skin.
Guys, don't touch that.
I
What is
know.
it?
I'm gonna quickly cast my
Reality
green,
dead. Ah!
my green blades.
Oh,
Green
don't say that,
blade.
mate.
You're gonna cast your green
Creepy
blade.
as fuck.
Yeah.
I need you to roll me a d20 if you could.
Yeah, sure. Cool. A 14.
What is your current hit points?
Yeah, 52.
Right, half that. See as a lightning bolt just hits Jack in the back as soon as the green blade comes out. The orbs start to bzzz and just hit him with an arcanic blast that hits you at your half hit points as you fall face first and.
So just so I
You
understand.
stand back. This
Is
water machine is dangerous.
Is it like necrotic, like his hit points are reduced, or he's just taking half damage?
He's taking half damage.
No, because Lee knows that, rather
Yeah.
Bruce doesn't. Is that normal? That seems a bit excessive.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
So Janice, you've never seen that before.
I cast that.
You cast light. Is that a cantrip you're able to get to cast? Right. So boom, you
Well,
cast.
You said
Yes.
cantrips,
Cantrips,
and
yeah.
spells are divination.
Yes, so you cast cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Right.
You do the cantrip light. Zzz, you feel the globes start to light, but then they dissipate.
That appears to be some kind of security device. I guess people casting spells are not allowed to cast. I wonder how powerful it is. I'll try something else.
Mhm.
I have a divination spell. Oh, sorry guys, they took away my ability to heal. So
Use your perception.
You alright, Jack?
Can you make a
me?
make a perception check as you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you cast light,
18.
with the handle you got the shackles on, you see the shackles start to light as soon as the globe lights, and then as soon as the globe starts to dissipate, you feel the shackle light start to glow bright, and as soon as the spell is cast, the light fades away from from the bracelet. Whatever it seems to be doing, the bracelet is connected to these orbs, and whatever they're doing, they're I can't tell you that because it was a perception check, but they seem to be entwined and inclined. They are. They
Have
seem
we
to.
seen these orbs everywhere, or is this just being in the inn?
You've only really noticed it in the inn because there wasn't any natural light. But now that you think about it, you have started as you were walking across, and this is something, Sir Janice, you see all about you, because again, this is nothing you would think anything different of, being from this area and spent time here. Yeah, but there is orbs almost everywhere that you can remember.
I'm beginning to think that these themselves are not inherently magical, but they're connected to some kind of a magical network that goes around the city. That's just my working hypothesis, though. I've not had much time to study this. But that would make a lot of sense, because these themselves, do you know how expensive it would be to make thousands of magical bands?
There is
But,
a thump at your door. Open up!
I'm naked. No,
Open up!
I'm not wearing a shell.
The door is kicked in as 3 guards come in fully armoured.
Oh, hey. Now allow me to
I
put my
vomit
shell
on the guards.
What was that? You
I
vomit on the guards.
guards.
Oh my God! There was a disturbance here. There was a magical disturbance. What happened?
The war machine's broken.
It's just it's a misunderstanding. My friend here, the turtle, he has the light. It's a few of their first times within the Empire. They just don't understand how it interacts. They were just being curious. That's all it was.
Make a deception
There's
check
been no.
with disadvantage.
The Lee just listens to this. You see that it was all great. Gaz currently has this blackened mark on
Well,
his chest and his
that was the first point. The second point is Ralph is currently wearing bracelets, so
I tried to cast a healing spell. My friend was injured, and
I didn't cast anything. I think
for
these
a
are all
fucking
really
disadvantage,
knowledge.
that is a good roll, mate.
Oh, nice.
Shit.
Everyone shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Deception,
It's
mate.
just what you imagine? He's a magic user.
Me?
I think these
The
all
turtle
fucking-
is, yes, and he was standing next to him.
Then how did he get? Then how did he get hurt? As he points to
Well,
Gaz,
that's
as he
I
points.
just told,
All
I
right.
just told you he was standing right next to him.
Uh,
He was standing in the way of the bloody orbs.
Sir, are you?
You've never been standing in
Right.
front of an orb before?
Oh God! They start to put their swords away. Sir, are you hurt? Are you okay?
I'm very hurt, sir.
Right. Okay. Wait a minute. Right. We'll call a cleric in. Right. Call a cleric in.
Cleric, sound like a lawyer.
And he runs. And he runs in. The guy runs out to go and get a cleric. He says, "Right. We'll lay you on the
We have
bed."
a cleric right here.
He lays you on the bed
So,
as you.
He's the best.
this is my fault.
Greatest cleric in the world.
I was trying. My friend is because of his advanced age. He has a sore heart, and I tried to cast heal on him because I do that sometimes when his chest hurts. But I'm sorry, I didn't realize they took away my
Wait,
magic. They
wait.
told me I still had my divination.
What? You're a cleric?
I am, yeah, but I think there was some kind of misunderstanding at the gate. They left me divination.
So he starts
Which I
to
think
click his
is the
fingers
plan.
to his partner behind him, and he goes, "Oh, okay," and he pulls out this huge tablet. I say huge tablet. It's almost like a metal tablet, and he goes, "Right, okay." He pulls your hand over with one of the bracelets and
Oh, yeah, of course.
sits on it, and all these ancient runes just kind of flash across and then disappear. If you want to try and read them, they're in a specific language. Do you have? What languages do you have?
I
I'll
have
try and read
Common,
it, even
I
though I'm
have
drunk.
Dwarven, Elvish, Aquan, and Common.
Abyssal.
Roll an intelligence check with disadvantage because it's not quite Elvish.
I
No,
have
okay.
infernal and
You've
primordial.
you've no
Primordial.
you've no idea what it is. It's
I read it?
as it runs
I'm not even
across.
trying to read
Yeah,
it.
that's
I'm just
fine.
like, yeah, fuck, I'm trying to like be cool. Like, so.
Divination, yeah. It seems he was classed as a divination mission. You heal.
Yeah, I'm a healer.
Oh, for God's
I need
sakes!
him.
Give us a minute.
He is my personal cleric.
Pulls out
I
this-
need him for my heart.
He pulls out what
problems.
seems to be like a pen, and he goes, "Okay."
I'm watching as he does this.
So-
Oh, this is it. How that works.
Yeah, it goes up into the back because it goes in, and you can feel something click for a minute, and the bracelets come off and just fall to the floor. It says, "We're in a time of
I
war.
just go like this.
We're in a time
me
of
too,
war.
me too, me too, me too.
Right, just calm down. Let's
Yeah.
get me first.
We're in
Shut up.
a time of war. We need all the healing we can get. We're gonna have to call on you several times because we're losing clerics by the day. Would you be able to help us out?"
I
Of course, yeah.
defend the good and
Right. Okay.
holy
Well,
people.
by all means, heal your friend. We'll run it past. What was your name?
My name?
My name is Nyla.
But you can call me Ralph.
How did you introduce yourself at the security gate?
My full name and my. Hold on 1 second. My son is waving frantically.
Yeah. I'm trying to play a damn game. God damn it! Tell your son you love him.
How did it recognize like necromantic
It was literally, he was saying goodnight to me, but he was being
Yeah.
pretty rude about it.
Right. So
There was
yes.
a,
Yeah, what you were
I
asked.
introduced myself.
Yeah. and How did you introduce yourself?
I gave him my full name, explained I was
okay.
a cleric, but I think he maybe misunderstood divination for divine magic. I'm not really sure. It was a stressful time. I'd never experienced those before.
Right, okay. We were actually told to turn around and make sure that any healing magics and clerics were actually okay. Right now you're conscripted. So you understand what that means, right? You're conscripted, which means when we call upon you, you need to help us. It's because we're running out of clerics in that. Because all the clerics...
I'm going to stand in his way. I'm going to stand in his ways as his personal person. Ralph is not have any obligations to help nobody.
Is this drunken person with you?
Yeah, I'm afraid that this is our first time in Empire, and they gave her a particularly strong-looking drink, and it seems to have ruined her mind. Now, of course, I would actually have cast purify poison, but I couldn't do so.
So she's on the right. She's had one of the lettuce drinks. Yeah, okay, that's fair. When they haven't been drinking,
I don't like.
When they haven't had a taste of the lettuce, they don't understand. That's fine. Okay, well, just make sure she sleeps it off.
Lettuce was food.
You
Listen,
you can make a history check or a nature check if you want to know what they're talking about, but you do it at disadvantage.
Who shouted all right there? History or nature?
Yes.
16.
Right. So this particular drink is made from actually a plant that's actually below the canopy, and it's usually brewed for several years before it's served. It is an incredibly strong, potent thing. It is something that attracts a lot of the kind of creatures down there, but if it's grown properly and it's brewed properly, it has a potent fucking alcohol. That's all you can get. That's all you can glean from that. But now you know what you've been drinking is. Oh right, it is deadly shit. It's paint stripper.
Someone fix me, please.
Okay, so Ralph. Yep. Boom. He writes out a scroll. Boom. Hands you it. Puts a seal of whatever the soldier is and hands it to you. He says, "If you are needed, this is basically a worded contract. If we are needed, you need to help us. If we at any time. However, you are free to go about your business. But on the times of war, you are conscripted as far as you're concerned. So if you need it,
what are you exactly? What's the name of your faction?
The faction we're the soldiery.
The soldier. That is the official. I wasn't sure if soldiery just was like the generic name for a group of soldiers. So you're just the soldiery. Okay.
Yeah, it's the faction. They are the soldiery. Yeah, that is the actual name. Again, their appearance from what you've seen, they look like proper Roman centurion kind of style, except they're wearing trousers and not skirts.
I'm gonna be a cleric when I level up. What about me,
Just one last question I have for you.
No, I did
who
not
exactly
say that.
are you?
Stupid.
Who am I not to heal? Is there like an emblem I should look for? Like, oh, you don't get any heals.
Anyone injured, but try not.
So
try not to do
civilians and soldiery, and then anyone else maybe patch them up, but don't like make them fight and fit.
Are you part of the Freitas Lux?
No, I'm not.
Then you've got nothing to worry about. Do not heal the Freitas Lux. The only reason we don't have any clerics is because half of them are Freitas Lux. We need all the clerics we can get. Thank you.
Ralph looks very happy about not having to heal the Freitas Lux.
Yeah.
I got a special spell I can use on them. Okay.
You should only be using healing spells. You understand?
Well, can I stab them?
No. The healing spells do not affected by any points to the globes. Anything that is dangerous or can be used to harm, they will react. You do understand that? Yes.
Well, I understand that now. That's good to know. If, for example, you were being attacked, I have some magic I could use that could help you. It's called Guiding Bolt. Like, would you want me to do that? Or just want to stick heal a word?
On your head be it. But they will react.
So am I still wearing the bangles that basically just set the settings to?
No, you have no bangles on now. They take they pick up the shackles and go right. Anyway, we've put
wait for Melgrim to see you.
He says, "Can you take that? Can you take that? Also, that scroll down and just make sure that security know." Yes, sir. And his guy runs off. Sorry about that. can you heal your friend?
Of course.
Apologise for that, and we'll go off. So if you want to, you now have access to your healing spells.
I try and get up to stop him from leaving.
Can I try and pickpocket the guy that has the
Yep.
pen one thing?
With disadvantage for sure.
Guys, I'm dumping a second level.
God damn
what do
it,
you mean,
natural one.
Yeah, you go to reach and you just fall off the bed. Make sure
10
she's
healing point.
make sure
10
she's
points
okay, will you? As she falls
Thank you,
face
man.
first off the bed, trying to reach for his satchel. Well,
Of course.
good evening. And he walks off, and the door has been kicked off.
Wait,
You do realise.
Stop.
Yeah, they've walked off.
Stop.
They have walked off at that point,
Please.
guys.
Please stop. We found skin.
Soon as he says that,
Wait a minute, what?
yeah, skin.
Didn't
We
we
found
find
skin.
skin in the bathroom?
You mean on the shower?
Isn't that what we found?
Yeah, you go over to the. It's not skin.
No, it's just a cover.
It was skin.
I-
Jack, tell him it was skin. We saw.
I thought it was. I saw it was skin.
As you start to kind of sit up from the bed as well, you now notice you're sitting on. Looks like a bed of flesh.
Only me.
Oh wait.
Well, it's you that's on the bed.
Am I the only one that sees this?
Can I
or-
Can I try and see?
I will also look at the bed of flesh. Does it look like a bed of flesh to me?
No, the bed's fine.
What hell have you taken us to?
Guys, it's just a bed. Don't worry.
I'm just gonna if the guard is still in the door, I'm just gonna I
No,
think
the
my
guard's
friend's
away.
had a lot
The
to
guards
drink.
are the guards are away by that point.
they're
Don't
gone,
worry.
right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What did you drink, Jack?
I drank
I think
some
it
wine.
might have been worse than me.
I drank a very nice wine. I mean, why is that skin?
I'm just gonna prod it.
Ralph,
So now it's actually
can
a
you
really
give them a
soft
look over,
mattress.
see what
It's
you think?
again,
just
it's a lot of different types of feathers within the mattress. It makes it really really nice and downy and soft. It's probably
Can
one
I
of the more
try
comfortable.
Try and take a feather out and see what
Yeah,
his reaction is.
You take a feather out, yeah. There's a nice feather. You see a finger.
What? I go over to try and touch it.
You touch
How
it,
does it
it feels fleshy. It's finger. Worse
I'm
still,
gonna tickle his
worse
nose with it, like a
still,
little
the
Tickle his
finger
nose with a
is
feather.
moving.
Come on.
The finger is alive.
I begin to just
Fucking
kind of like
hell.
slowly like
Right,
step out
okay.
of the room.
Right, guys, just come here. We're taken by both arms. So. I'll do a medicine check. Can we check his forehead? Is he hot?
Yeah,
Is he feverish?
Give us a medicine check.
Street lady got me in this. Oh well, not that it'll matter because I got. A
No, that
crit,
matters.
so
Yeah, hell yeah.
28 for a medicine check. I will perform a full examination.
Yeah. Apart from the fact
Hold
he's
on, get right in there.
apart from the fact he's old, his age, and he's pretty much been resurrected. Yeah, he's fine. His heart's beating fine, or what you would think his heart, because you don't really deal with a lot of humans. He's
Regular,
he's
anyway.
medically sound. He's physically fit.
Eyes dilated. This is what I'm looking for. Is like narcotic effect, alcohol
Right.
effect,
He's
feverish. that kind of
had a
stuff.
drink, so there is a bit of alcohol. That might be something to do with it. He's not been on it. It doesn't look as any kind of narcotics or anything. He hasn't seemed to be poisoned with anything like that. He's there's nothing physically or there's nothing wrong with him. Just he's maybe a little bit of alcohol.
Guys, do me a favour. So looking in that room outside flesh, now look over there. I'm going to point a different direction. What do you see when you look at like the people, other drapes, carpet, whatever it is? Is it all looking weird to him, or is it just our room?
Yeah, as soon as you blink, everything turns into a fleshy hellscape. There's blood running down from the walls. There is hair growing out of places that shouldn't be growing out of places. There is mouths and orifices. The door is very much almost like a sphincter as it's kind of swirling and closing. It is a hellscape.
What about
Do
my,
we look the
my
same?
friends?
As you go and look to your friends aren't there anymore.
Oh damn!
Oh damn.
What is this? What
So
is this?
at this point, we will cut to Jack. At this point, you are stuck in a horrible room.
Am I? Would Jack be okay with this kind of thing?
You've never seen anything like this before.
Who's got that noisy thing?
He's gonna go outside of the hallway.
Yeah, you go into the hallway again. It is just absolute flesh everywhere. There's blood everywhere. There's blood running down from the walls again. Here, it is almost like a huge mass of just meshed up people.
I'm going to start running down the hall.
As you start to walk your way down, you start to hear a voice. Do you see?
See? Yes, is this my patron? Do I hear this in from any particular direction?
It's all around. It's magnificent, isn't it?
I wouldn't say so. No.
Can you feel it?
It feels real.
Imagine having this power at the tip of your fingers. Imagine all of this just being yours. Everything you ever knew, everyone you ever met, everybody in this God's forsaken world. Joined together in a cacophony of pain and pleasure all at once, everything being the same, everyone being the same.
No, this isn't what we want.
No, my dear boy, it's exactly what we need.
This isn't what I had in mind.
Give it time. You will think differently. And you blink and it's all gone. You're back in front. Ralph, he's been convulsing for the past 5 minutes. He's been taking fits.
I dragged him back into the room as soon as he
Yeah,
started taking a fit.
he is
And
on
I
the
put him in
bed.
recovery position and like we're dabbing his head and that. I did dump another level 2 healing to him.
Yeah,
which
the
would have
healing
been,
didn't take effect. The spell failed, and you've lost a spell slot for
That's
that.
fine. I done that twice, so no,
Yeah.
it's level 3. Sorry, let me do it again. It's level 2 I gave him. There
Yeah.
we go.
So with that, so with that, you come back into state. Everybody's around you.
Guys. Are you okay?
You breathing okay, buddy?
From that, with your medical, with the medicine roll of 28, it just looked like just a fit. Something happened. It may have been from. It could have been from the resurrection. It could be resurrection sickness. It could be something like that, but or it just could be the fact he's in a new body. There might be some underlying problems.
My mind is
Yeah.
Ralph's mind is straight to he's an
He's
old man
back.
now.
He's back. He's safe. You got whatever you've done has helped.
He's kind of like not really talking right now.
You did shit yourself, piss yourself, and ejaculate extensively throughout the whole time. So I just want to be clear that
Checks.
that is disgusting. Like, holy shit. Like, no. We'll have to burn this bed.
I really
You
need
can't
new clothes.
control your body when you're having a seizure.
No, you
That's just
can't, but
me.
like, I mean, I've drawn a picture of what happened. I'm gonna put this in the total library, but holy shit.
Oh, it's
Total
extensive. There's a lot of puddles. There's a lot of fluids.
He's gonna say put a big smile on his face and like while his hand is like doing something else kind of thing, he's gonna be looking in for like a piece of paper or something like that.
Oh,
It's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. and he's looking for a piece of paper or something.
Do you want?
Where are you searching?
In the shower device.
Yeah, where are you searching for this piece of paper? Is it in your stuff?
No, hotels usually have like notepads or
That-
Pulls out the fruitates like Bible from the corner, and like it's got a
Yeah,
notepad.
there is no paper.
Bible.
There is no paper. Like I say, as a simple room. I know it's a fancy room, but there's nothing like say paper or quills or anything like that available.
I'll quickly take out my dagger kind of thing, and I'll try to like carve, keep a happy face on
Yeah.
on me. I'm gonna try and carve help on.
Right, I get you. Make a performance check for me.
Performance +4. 14.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a crudely scraped in with the thing as you're taken aback by this help on what seems to be the bedside table.
Right. Well, I feel like I've talked a lot, but I'm just going to do one last thing and then someone else gets to go. I walk outside the room and I cast Sending to Gaz.
Yep.
Gaz, why are you asking me for help? You could just ask me. Is somebody watching you? Is there something happening? Now this would just go to Gaz's mind, I assume. I don't know how patrons work, because Ralph doesn't know how patrons work,
Yeah.
and Lee doesn't know how patrons work. So
Yeah, you receive them.
you don't have to say it out loud. You can just think it back to
actually,
me.
Yeah.
wait there. Before you do that, before you go any further, give us a minute.
Ralph's head explodes. New character.
Would Nyla see this? Because I mean,
Message.
obviously she
The message
can't.
goes through. Message goes through. Yeah. So you receive the message from Ralph.
I saw a vision from my patron that disturbed me. I don't want this anymore. He is watching. He knows everything that I do. Please help.
Okay. I will call Nyla. Nyla, come here for a moment. So Janice, just watch, guys. I'm just going to have a quick word with Nyla, and I will relay that information to her.
Yeah.
And then I will switch them around, and I'll relay that information to
Oh.
Janice.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
So see all the crazy drunk bullshit, like telling everyone it. Shh.
Yeah.
Immediately regrets his decision to tell the drunk this. Well, I guess I've done it now. So.
So.
I will also have a real think about how people can not betray. That's not the right word. Revoke. No, revoke. Is that right? What's the word that means like to give up on? To
Yeah. Revoke. Yeah.
revoke. Yeah.
Revoke, yeah.
It's like revoking a license, so to speak. Yeah.
Rebuke, revoke, whatever for their patrons. So how would they get out of that contract? 'Cause I'm pretty sure those are hard to get out of.
I
You.
don't think you can.
To be fair, you've never really heard anything like a patron or warlocks. Warlocks are rare and few and far between in this world, so it's not something you would have read up on. You would have read about how folk can gain magical abilities, but usually that's a natural ability. And as far as you're concerned, this is a natural ability of Gaz, who is now Jack.
It seems as if whatever he's going on in there, and like I'm assuming I'm just having this conversation before even going back into the room, this is clearly dangerous and he might need further assistance that we can give.
However,
There's other places within the...
just on that, just what you're saying there.
Shut up, Sir Janice.
Yeah. However, when you say that, Sir Janice, give us a history or an arcana check, Ralph.
Oh, that has jogged my memory. Maybe the sweet lady will guide me in this. Doesn't matter,
Yeah,
mate, because
excellent.
I rolled dog shit. 12.
Yeah, you'll just thinking back to Nyla's curse. You know, that will slowly drive her mad and insane. And you have read about sometimes that those who delve too deep into magical abilities or study the kind of certain magics start to go insane.
I'm sure it'll be learned.
It's probably the safer answer, because you like to say you don't know much. You wouldn't know anything about patrons. You wouldn't know anything about his magical innate ability. All you would know is he is magic. His behaviour has been changing quite erratically, and it's came to a head at this point. You could probably say he's insane. He's starting to lose it.
The patron's gonna become him.
I mean,
Not,
we've
not that
literally
you would
said
know.
this.
Yeah, not that you would know he has a patron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because he has been quite cagey about who's in charge of all this.
Nyla's drunk. She'll say anything.
Yeah. What's a patron? The patron of this
Oh,
bar.
wow.
It's
Yeah.
her! Muldoon! You can go punch her.
Damn it!
I have to think on this. I don't know how his powers. My powers are granted me through the divine, through my worship of the Lady Shima. But
Do you think she'll give me powers? If
Yeah,
I
if
ask
you do-
nicely.
if you devote yourself to her, she might give you access to some powers. Not all clerics receive, not all priests receive powers. It depends on what path you choose to this. Some just choose to study the scriptures and they pass on that knowledge. Others devote themselves in such a way. It's not really the
So-
time for me to give you a
It
whole.
seems to me. It
I'm just
seems to
gonna
me
be-
there's always been a bit of a darkness to his power. Let's be fair on that. He's always had a bit of an edge with that. Whereas yours, like you said, it comes from like divinity. It comes from gods. I think we might need to reach out to some. They said that most of the clerics went with the Freitas Lux, but not all of them. Maybe we could ask someone else and see if even if they've heard anything, because this is weird stuff.
I know they regulate the use of magic. Perhaps they have a wizard that could help us, but I don't know. Lee has an idea, but I feel like it's too close to somebody else's idea. So like, yeah, I think we should discover that one more organically. So, Nala, are you still drunk?
Yeah, that's what I've been meaning to ask. Because Nyla obviously doesn't sleep. How would she? Like, does she have to just wait? Or
Yeah,
what?
it'll eventually leave your system.
It was one, right? Just to clarify, you had one
Yeah.
large alcohol. You had one vodka. and
It's
it
'cause
was
I
really-
wrote-
Yes,
natural
this is
one.
very much true.
Nice.
However, she is a creature that doesn't eat or drink.
Yeah.
I like to think that chicks would do crazy shit to you.
Yeah.
Like, you just have a bag,
Actually,
so it's like,
we should
"Whoa."
roll.
No, you can. You had something in
Yeah.
your stomach and you have right now in your form have a stomach.
Yeah, that's true.
I found a
At this
foolproof
point, I'm
way
gonna go
of
back.
us
I'm gonna go
fighting.
back.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna go back
Wait.
into the room, walk up to Jack, and just go, "Hey, buddy, how about we get you something to eat just now, huh?"
Yes, that sounds great. I just jump back at a jump up.
Yeah, good plan.
And go for a shower
Excellent.
first, guys. You are covered in shit and
And come.
I been cleaning myself while you guys were away.
Yeah. You'll have turned the shower on. That's an interesting thing. As you see, the water comes in, the steam comes out, and then all of a sudden it just comes out in for little forms of streams from where the bucket is in a kind of waterfall
Very-
fashion. It
We're
looks
gonna need to get him some
phenomenally
clothes,
good.
guys.
it just comes out with the till. Something's up with the till.
He's just sitting there with a
Honestly,
creepy grin, going,
I don't think he was washing his ass when we came in, like really thoroughly.
he was cleaning himself on all fours. He was just kind of washing himself. Why is he on all fours? I don't know. Who does that?
Did we get more than one room?
You got two,
Um,
because there's two single beds in
Okay,
each.
Nyla's gonna go into the other room and see if that one has this water device and try.
Yes,
and
it
use
has
that one.
exactly the same room except in different styles. Has exactly the same water device. Has exactly the same indoor plumbing.
Yeah, Nyla's gonna attempt to use this.
Yep,
shower.
does exactly the same. It's perfectly temperatured water. Feels really nice. It's just something you've never
We are
experienced.
more advanced than we are. Perfectly temperatured water out of shower. Not my shower, I'll tell you that.
Arcana. It's Arcana, mate. It's magic. It's my fantasy world, and I will make it how I wish.
That's absolutely-
The
I
showers
wish
will work
I
in
was-
my world.
Yeah. Oh, me too,
Two
mate.
settings.
I like that that's
Please
the most
include
fantastical thing we see in this world.
Yeah.
Is functioning shower.
The shower.
Damn it.
When you turn
I'm
it off
jealous.
slightly, it doesn't melt the skin off you or freeze the skin off you.
Oh, I like a really
Yeah,
hot
that's a-
shower, though. To be fair.
Yeah, I like a hot shower as well, but see when
Only
it
when it's
actually
really
shoots the
cold.
water through my body and
Yeah.
burns me. It's like that's not just hot. Like I don't know how you. I don't know. It's just steam shoots out of it. You know, it's
Yeah.
horrifying. Anyway, sorry. That just really
No,
the idea of a
that
perfectly
is-
working
yeah.
shower really got me.
Yeah. It's a fantasy. It's my fantasy world in a perfectly temperatured hot water shower. Yep, it's a dream. It's a
So the
dream.
temperature's
It's like
different
sleeping
to
8 hours and getting a
everyone.
long rest, mate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it knows what
That would be
temperature
so
you want. Oh
good.
my
Yeah.
god.
It's basically that's kind of it. But like
You
I
don't
say,
even know what temperature you want. It just knows for
it's
you.
also like taking a long
It
rest and
knows.
getting full 8 hours sleep. That's a dream, guys. That's a dream.
I mean, to be fair, full 8 hours rest is the dream of everyone over the age of what, 28?
Yeah, 20.
Like, oh yeah.
That's why I play D&D, so I can say that I got 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah,
I can tell someone I got a long rest.
for sure.
I'm convincing myself of this.
Yeah. So,
I got 8 hours of sleep
with
yesterday,
that,
yeah.
you are now coming up into late evening, where would be a perfect time for your 8 hours long rest of wish. So, what do you do from here?
Before we'll do anything, once Nyla's washed up, I'm just going to ask her, like, because she did say it, and that's why we came upstairs. Listen, were you just drunk talking, or are you actually hungry just now?
I was just
Is that
drunk
something you need to
talking.
do?
No, I'm not hungry. I only ate the other day. It's all good, promise.
We should probably
Okay, you
talk
can-
about that sometime.
Wait, you're there?
No, I'm not. I guess. Sorry.
He's on all fours trying to wash his anus.
Stops doing naked, just aggressively drying his crotch.
That wouldn't be the weirdest thing that's happened to him tonight. So,
Nyla
I'm
would have
assuming there's some
actually
sort of
showered.
window.
Nyla will have actually showered in her true natural form because
oh, that is a scary thought of all that water bouncing off that hollow form. That is weird.
yes, but to her it's like perfection. It's
Get
like her
you?
true.
Yeah. You're relaxed, so it makes sense you would go back into your
Yeah.
relaxed form.
Later on, when we find out that all the orbs are also cameras, it's gonna be real weird.
Oh.
Like how people in the shower. Oh,
Wait a minute.
That's bad.
That would be bad. Yeah, I agree. That would be one of
It's my fantasy realm, guys.
cameras in the
Of course it
toilet.
So, anyway,
The toilet is a mimic.
the
my
the
God.
oh,
yeah.
imagine.
Oh wow, there's a thought. I could work that.
There's no good way of that working.
Terrifying.
It's not. It's
That's
not.
terrifying.
Oh no, they're safe. They just like
Never
eating
mind
your shit.
snakes coming out the toilet. It's a fucking mimic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just oh god, yeah. Oh no.
Yes,
Like,
away from the scary stuff. Anyway, well, let's concentrate on the perfectly temperatured hot water showers, right? And then we go
Yeah,
from
yeah.
there. There we go. So, with that, yes, is come up on to your long rest. If you want anything before you do anything else, and go into the long rest.
No, like I've
Should we
got to go to the
long
last.
rest, guys?
One last question. Did I get like a badge, or is it just like I've got like a writ of I'm allowed to
It's
heal?
a rep.
Like, "Ah."
Yeah, it's a rep.
So cool. Right, fine. Can it be like in a small like flap that I can be like, boom, Ralph, FBI.
Sure, why not?
Yes.
Why not?
And if anything, it's fancier than
So,
Melgrim's
yeah.
badge.
So has to be
Like,
said.
outranks Malcolm. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fully like 2 ranks above him. I can tell him what to do.
People actually pay attention to this badge as well.
Oh yeah, for sure, because it's a well-known writ. Not everybody knows what a Watcher's badge looks like. So yeah, you instead of having it rolled in a scroll, kind of like you can fold it into a point so you can just flip it on and open. That's fine. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, actually, just for purposes of because I love shits and giggles, make us a performance check.
Oh no. Sweet lady guide me in this.
No guidance. No guidance on this.
Oh, I was gonna use my +8 guidance. My performance is +1, guys.
Oh,
1, yeah.
That's
yeah,
perfect. Yeah, it's fold. It is folded perfectly.
Just
Top.
flying at my hand when I do it. God damn it.
You don't know. You need to try. But like I say, yeah, it's folded perfectly.
Okay.
You folded it perfectly in half, and it was a case of yeah, that should work. Yeah, you even try it a couple of times. It works. Yeah.
Real cool. Boom. Romantic quacks for that Ralph. Healing unit.
Yeah.
it's not wrong. Well,
Yeah. So
Get sunglasses.
yeah.
Every time.
Wow. Diddle-oo.
Oh,
So yeah,
Wasted 5 more minutes there with some bullshit. Well done.
and with that, you if there's nothing else pressing you want to do, you have a long rest. You get the benefits of a long rest, and you wake up the next morning feeling refreshed.
Now, I lose my temporary hit points in a long rest. Is that right?
Yes, you'll lose your temporary hit points on a long
That's
rest.
absolutely
I
fine.
did not know this.
Do they not carry over?
No,
Because of the. Okay.
I'm never sure. That's why I
no,
asked.
it's if you remember correctly,
Math, fine.
it was as a homebrewed rule. It's if you have like exceptional full or food or real fruit and vegetables and that are really good, you'll gain temporary hit points from certain foods. So.
Oh, I should have messaged someone. Oh, I could have sent not Ralph. I'm Ralph. I could have sent Mel from like, fuck you. I got my magic bag. You suck balls. I'm your boss now. I'm gonna clear. The ball suck is a bad thing. Yeah, that's like people
You don't
like
say
to do
that. I'm sober.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you're very much sober. Yeah.
Yeah.
I better make
Are
this
you
a TV.
are you still in your true form?
She may have changed to a different form.
What form?
Actually,
What form are you in
I'm
at
not
this point?
sure.
Would you not stay the
maybe I
elf?
should roll a dice and we'll see.
Would-
How many
would-
forms do I have? 4.
Well, I was going to say,
So that'll
would you
be-
not rather stay in the elf form, considering you came in as an elf?
I should
She's
have
a
given it
tiefling.
Oh,
yeah.
tiefling. You
Yeah.
came in as a tiefling. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up.
Yes, probably.
So you stay
I
as
was
a
just wondering
tiefling.
if it changed when she was like.
Yeah, because you changed into
drunk.
the little girl because you were trying to. Aye, it was a good idea trying to. It was a good idea, but like I say, the magic just kind of it grips, so it'll shrink down or expand to your size, basically.
Yeah, you'll probably see her in her natural form when you guys wake up, because she will have. She won't. If she's not like asleep, obviously, but
Yeah,
she's not
hungover,
like,
bollock
awake.
naked.
Just kind of
So-
yeah.
If there was such a thing.
She's just, ah!
Sorry.
You swear you can see a galaxy. No, but anyway. So yes, with that, you wake up. Breakfast is provided as part of the room. No, actually, it wouldn't be because of trade now, so it will cost you extra for breakfast. But you can have various meats and foods and grains, and if you need anything, which is
Do they have
something
that?
unusual as well because you don't get a lot of that kind of thing here either. But it is really, really good food.
And then I'll just pretend to be ill.
Okay. That's
Is the Minotaur working again tonight? This morning?
yes, Muldoon. Depending on what time you wake up, because it's a long shift, so she'll be doing the night shift into the morning, and then from there, so she will be working as well.
I'll say to Muldoon, there was this thing that they did for breakfast in the Flotsam Isles that was really lovely.
All right. If you can,
It was like this. It was this grey stuff that like a lot of I saw like the stone dwarves having.
Right. Oh, I get you. We do have some of that stuff available, but like I say, it's usually just for the dwarves. It's usually dwarves that eat it and have an acquired taste for it. I know what you mean. It's the mountain's blood, right?
Well, we usually have a dwarven friend with us, but he's not came back yet.
Now,
so-
friend is a strong word.
Strong as you'll
Yeah.
get. That's fair. If you,
Strong is a
I
word
can
we would
certainly,
like to be
I
described
can certainly
as.
try and prepare you some, because we usually have some, for likes of serving for all types of races.
Do you have like a takeaway cup?
Of course,
like
yeah,
that.
yes, you could have some to take away. She gives you it's like a wooden bowl
Our
with
cup.
the stuff and says, actually, no, it would be a wooden bowl. So she gives you a wooden bowl. Says, yeah, certainly, you can have that there, and she
Thank you.
kind of pours it out into what looks like a leaf and kind of folds it nice, wraps it in a vine, and there you go. Because the pit is very much like a paste. It's not gonna move anywhere. It's
It's
not.
not going to travel well.
Yeah, it travels well. That's the purpose of it. It's a paste, so it does travel well for that kind of thing.
That's why it's not a liquid.
Yes.
I stick it
That's
in my,
fine.
my rucksack.
Yeah, for anybody watching this, what he's talking about is a particular dwarven dish. It's almost like flux for welding that dwarves are used to, and they call it Mountain's Blood. Oh, I can't actually. I don't got the name somewhere, but I need to go through all my notes again. But anyway, we know what it
That's a
is.
cool name.
Yeah.
I think it was called Flux, to be honest. That seems to be sticking in my mind.
No,
but
it,
it could
it's
be
it looks like
rephrased,
flux. It looks and
Ah.
tastes exactly like flux to use, but it's got a different taste to it on the dwarven palate. So
Cool.
yes, with that you get that. I'm assuming you're getting breakfast. If you are paying for getting breakfast, the total for whatever. Well, what are you having for breakfast?
What? Yeah, whatever.
So I'll just have
mainly
whatever is like the most. And you go.
effectively like toast, like
Ah,
toast
it's
and whatever
cheap
kind of
stuff.
cereal they have. I
I
did
get you.
try to stay away from meat products, but I know it's not always
So
possible.
there is grain. You will have
Yeah.
grain and oats and stuff like that. There is some fruits as well, which are quite
It's
nice.
like fruits,
Yeah.
cheeses, that kind of just
Yeah.
like anything that's not like meat is what
Yeah,
I'm trying.
continental breakfast is what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So,
Croissant.
the breakfast, the likes of the fruits as well, are quite expensive. So you're talking maybe 1 gold, 3 silver for the full thing, for the full breakfast. Again,
Really, so Janice.
yeah. So it's because, like I say, it's the food and the drink and that, especially with the imports being restricted, they make their money off of that. The rooms are rooms, so. Although you feel they should be probably charging a wee bit more for the rooms, considering.
There was one time we stayed in a room that was effectively a barn, had a dirt floor.
This is true,
and
yeah.
It was just rotten hay, and I'm pretty sure it cost more. Than
Yes,
that
this is very true as well. This was the very first session, if I remember correctly. Back in one before we streamed. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
For
entirely.
that.
You think you might be, mate? Yeah. Oh no, I think you came in later. That was me, not Richard, obviously.
Yeah.
James and Rach.
Yeah, that was a while back.
Actually, it was just Ralph. Now I think about it, nobody else was there yet. Everyone else
yeah.
was.
Yeah, it was Ralph.
Twas Nim.
It was Ralph, Twas,
Vannon,
Nim,
and
Ralph, and Vannon. That's exactly true. And then
Yep.
Melgrim came in later, and then it was yourself as well. So at that point, yeah, you have your breakfast. The day is yours. What is your pressing matters? Is it your slowly going insane friend, or is it your slowly going insane changeling? Or is it-
If we do it like
Well, yeah.
all other points, Gaz wasn't that insane when I met him. A short time later, he's pretty insane. And the change, I think, has got years, if I understand right. So, I mean, I would say
Well-
Gaz has bumped up the importance chain.
I think I'm okay.
I mean,
to be
if the
honest,
soul sucking thing happens, I might get crazy quick.
yeah, as long as it doesn't happen at the same time, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems to me the main problem we have is in regards to how this stuff might be impacting, how the magic might be impacting. It seems to me finding other clerics and finding other mystic people might be a good idea, but that takes us towards the Freitas Lux fighting is. So we might want to find out more of what's been happening with them.
Nice.
Why would we go there? I have no reason to go there currently.
Well, they might know something about the Passion Eternal and things
They
like
do.
that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
information.
Unrelated to anything at all. Just want to say, suggest a Granddad, a Grace Partner. Could you just come over here for a second?
As you walk 15 feet away from Gaz or Jack.
Stay right there. This is now. You have connections in the Empire. Now, I'm gonna guess just through the way he's acted and my insight in general, I've maybe noticed that they perhaps could be somewhat unscrupulous at times.
Mhm.
I don't know, mate. If you say no, I've not, then I'll accept no, I've not. So, do you have any connections to people, perhaps wizards, that are more open to dealing with us as opposed to just marching straight up to the most learned people and be like, "Hey, kill my friend."
Yeah, it'd pretty much be the same answer you got from Muldoon last night. They've gone deeper underground because of the war.
With everything that's been going on, the people I know, whatever sort of level they might be at, they'll be hiding just now because of all this fighting that's been going on. I could try and dig them out, but I don't know how long that would take me. We don't, and I don't know what sort of time scale we've got to work with. It's
Yeah, stay right there. Now, come here as well.
Okay.
Guys, turn around and look at that nice thing over there. Right.
Okay.
I only have one idea. I don't understand where he gets this. I've never seen him studying a spell book. I've never seen him praying to a god. I can only assume it comes from some entity. The
I
only
love
thing
this.
that
I
can
think
move
it's all up here.
an entity
Ralph.
from him is a stronger entity. So maybe if we can find like a benevolent one that wants to take on like a middle-aged human.
I love the fact
was
he's
that?
roll
You
RPing
said-
it.
Maybe we can.
He's
take
literally RPing.
We can, or maybe we could split them up. So take one out of the other. So maybe we need to take Gaz out of Gaz and put him into a new person, or we could take this, I don't know, patron, whatever you want to call it, out of Gaz and put that in somebody else's body, so someone else has a problem.
So you want to sacrifice?
Out of curiosity, actually, just to roll something as well. Out of curiosity, would I have any familiarity like with that word patron? Is there anyone I can think of that would have used that word like within my history, even with those
You hear
connections as Ralph was putting it?
you hear patron all the time, but you wouldn't.
Specifically didn't say patron.
Yeah.
I said entity because I don't know what is a word. I don't understand that.
Well, if you
Well,
want,
I
you
would've
could
said
use a word. You
entity
could use a word like patron. You've heard patron a lot. Patron is quite a common word. It's just not in that context. Patron could be the patron of this bar, the patron of this temple, this kind of thing. It's not so much used in the way of a patron of my magical gifts. So.
Okay.
I probably would have said entity then.
Mhm.
It's just me thinking patron.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
Yeah.
so hard to work.
I get what you
when
mean.
know what it is.
I get what you
Yeah.
mean. It's when you're used to saying something over and over again, you're trying to change round and do that is different. But we can all learn. It's like pronouns. Anyway.
Also, guys, I had a thought. I wonder what would happen if I fed here, because obviously with the whole weird shock things, I'm kind of nervous.
I don't. Looks around.
As strangely enough, it is still quite quiet. Again, it's maybe not because of the curfews. It's probably just people trying to keep in case something does kick off.
But from what I understand is your feeding isn't a magical effect. It is just like an extension of it. Like if I was to eat a piece of fruit, like that's not magic. I assume that
to
it's the way you
detect
do
a
it.
lot of things.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, here's the.
But at the same time,
Sorry.
I'm still yeah, you go ahead, Dan. I'm looking at.
Well, it didn't detect me when I came through, so
see, that's what I'm thinking.
maybe it should
when
be
you
okay.
came through, what you do, it didn't pick it up in the first place. So
unless they
How you-
accept my
how you-
kind here, do you think I could walk around as myself?
Do you have some breakfast?
I'm
meals?
sorry, Nyla, but
Oh,
you're the first person I've ever met like you, even around
Oh.
here.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's likely to be accepted.
This place
Okay,
barely
I
accepts
don't
half orcs and turtles.
Good point.
We are like literally welcome in one area of the city, so I don't know if your terrifying faceless visage would be
Yeah.
welcomed by the
I
group.
thought my face was quite nice. I didn't realise I was terrifying until you just said it right there.
I think it's with no eyes and no mouth.
Just
It's just really
mockery.
unsettling. Yeah, it's just really unsettling. It's when a human first sees me, like
Well, I was young,
I'm
my
a
dad used
monster,
to tell me I
so
was
yeah.
the most beautiful thing
Yeah,
he'd ever saw.
You've
that's
you've
really-
noticed yours as you drift onto the conversation. You're 10 minutes into a conversation, and Gaz is sitting just looking.
I just flicked Gaz in the face. You can pay attention now, don't worry.
we have finished up with that unrelated.
This is great.
I like they wink every time they say it.
Okay.
Cannot see the wink.
I've got to remember my character's not drunk anymore.
Yep,
I can't do stupid things for no reason.
that's not true.
I
Anyway,
mean that's that.
it's D&D.
Yeah.
So, yes, with that, what is today's plan?
Clothes. Nyla wants to get clothes.
Clothes would make me feel better.
I've got a bit of vomit on
Another
mine.
shopping episode, Jesus. Right. So,
I do
Like
have a bit.
next week becomes a shopping episode, so when everyone comes back, we just quietly watch
Yeah.
them try on imaginary outfits.
Good
for the whole
God.
episode.
good God.
I would like a try on montage kind of thing.
I'm sure we'll
Or-
montage. We will montage it way through. Yeah, that'll be fine, and then we can get on to the real stuff. Yes.
What I thought was like, because obviously when I change, like who I am, what would happen with the clothes? Because surely they would either.
Oh,
rip if I
well,
got
see,
bigger,
here's the
or-
thing. You don't have clothes.
So it's not a thing.
Yeah, you're consistently naked.
So why would I go clothes shopping then? Right? Okay.
Well, to be fair,
You can go
that's
clothes
the
shopping
thing.
if you wish, but like I say,
There's no point.
yeah,
If we
Do they
took
clothes?
Nyla clothes shopping, Jack does need new clothes. He was saying that he would enjoy that. Nyla could just see clothes that she likes,
And then-
if it essentially just like.
Yes.
God,
So
just to
you're
clarify,
more window shopping than.
yeah. She's
Right,
basically a
fucking
Wookiee.
genius.
when
She is a Wookiee.
changes clothes,
She
when
is a
changes
Wookiee.
forms, the clothes just like appear and like they're not like attached to her. They're just like she just magically clothes just grow with her as well.
Can I ask though, like, if
Seems like
if you were to
clothes.
stab her dress, does that do damage to her? Like,
It's like here's how we find the changelings. We quickly cut their t-shirt and it starts being like he's the changeling.
Yeah, she's an unarmed. She is an unarmed monk.
Yeah,
she's not in
I've
the
got no
box, she's
armor.
Yeah,
wearing
she
treatment,
she
she's
doesn't
not in
wear
the-
she doesn't wear armor.
I'm not saying like her flesh at all, just
Yeah.
like fabric. Is that part of her? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you're saying, mate. And
I know exactly what
I
you're
wouldn't
saying.
have
I
thought
know
so,
exactly what
because
you're saying.
It's just. I wouldn't have
She's just
thought
got
so.
her boobs flapping about all over the place.
It feels weird that that would be the
No,
case.
because she has clothes on. It's like I say, it's not a magical effect, but it has the guise of, for rules purposes, of either minor illusion or mask of many faces.
okay.
So she's just in the buff wearing magic gloves. So you're just like free and the breeze is hitting you constantly.
Yes,
But to us, it looks like you're wearing t-shirts.
you have
shorts,
seen
and
her.
bare
You have
trainers.
seen her in her true form. She has no clothes on when she's in her true form.
Yeah,
So she
I'm
took them off.
basically like that.
Oh yeah, so she takes them off and then changes. What a useless
she's-
fucking
she's-
power!
She's in the clothes and it's like, and behold, my
Yeah,
weird
so-
kind of, like,
Yeah,
featureless
so when
body.
she changes into the tiefling, she's just a naked tiefling, and then she has to put clothes on.
Yes!
What a useless power! When would that ever come into play? You literally came up.
growing
You
clothes
literally
seems
came
weird
up
to me.
against someone who looked like Gaz, which means you would have had to get the exact same clothes as Gaz to have fooled
Yeah.
you to
Brought
stab you.
that up at the time.
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, is Gaz naked in an alleyway somewhere? And I assumed he was.
Just saying.
I would like to get a staff.
Also, that tiefling, that other guy could have been like a wizard who might just had magic. You know, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, exactly. This is all
True.
different. This is all things.
So I'm making a note. Rachel's character is consistently naked the entire time, but looks like she's wearing.
So,
clothes.
yes, as Ralph tries to get the cogs whirling, going, how the hell does that work? As you walk towards whatever, to some of the shopping districts areas, which are a little bit further up from the quarry, we will end there because we're coming up to 2.5 hours of the session.
I want my fashion montage.
You'll get a fashion montage next week, clearly, as we try different clothes on a changeling who doesn't need clothes.
Yeah, this is gonna be cool.
I mean, she could still buy clothes and just not
Yes.
have the weird smell on
Yes,
herself
this
all the
is-
time.
this
Like,
is
these
true.
options.
But she
I
doesn't
mean,
get...
fabric's still nice.
To be fair, she doesn't get the concept of clothes because she doesn't need them.
She talked
Actually,
about them for
she
an
wouldn't
hour.
really understand clothes.
I'm gonna introduce Nyla to the wonderful world of fashion.
Yes.
Like, fabrics feel nice against your skin. If you get like a really nicely woven fabric, oh, this feels much better than that weird flesh that I have. Just, this was maybe like the wind on your ass. I don't know.
Oh my god. And on that note, thank you very much for joining in this weird fucking conversation.
Ralph is effectively naked as well. by the way.
This is
He's
true.
actually got, like, this
Why
nice
do you
armor
care?
and stuff on.
I know, this is more of a concept for you. You understand the fact, well, I don't need clothes, that makes sense. I've got a shell.
I've got like some fabrics that wrapped around me. And
I
stuff,
believe
but,
it,
like,
yeah,
it's
I
like,
believe-
It's not like he's not going to like hide his wiener or anything. So,
No,
yeah.
well, because your wiener is inside your body until you need it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know how turtles work. I'm a turtle.
So,
I'd have to choose to show you it like this. Oh my god.
I feel that's a perfect place to finish. So, before we go, thank you very much for joining in Tuesday night's D's D&D for the world of Felorium as we look to our good friend David. David, anything you want to promote?
I want to promote so many apologies that we finished on that note. Like, if you've stuck about this long, thank you, and why?
Yes, I appreciate that.
Also, tune in for every other game that we play because we have so many different things that we do. And
yeah, Tales for the Loop.
Tune in every chance. that you
Tales
get,
for the Loop
because
on
this
Monday.
is
Yes,
normal.
it's basically Stranger Things except different.
We have a game on Sunday as well. We have
I actually get to play a game. It's
we
amazing.
have the
There will be a game on Sunday. There will not be a game next Monday. I am not going to be available next Monday or the following Monday due to things that are
Lee's
happening.
busy.
Yeah, I could have stepped in, but unfortunately, I've got another thing I need to do on Monday as well. Right, that's okay. So anyway,
It's not at once, but I
yeah.
will not be here
So
next week.
that is Lee promoting that as well with the kind of games as well. Leon, do you have anything you want to promote before we go?
Just to promote Murray, our resident artist.
Oh, yeah.
For any of your,
Yes, for sure.
art needs, please check out her work.
Yeah, definitely.
Fluffgar.
Fluffgar, we love Fluffgar. And last but not least, we have the wonderful Rachel. Rachel, you got anything you want to promote, my dear?
Take care of your animals. If you are mean to them, you should die.
Yes, and then we will finish on that note. Thank you very much as I go and get everybody set up for the outro. We will see you
Think of
again.
nice puppies and kittens.
Smile and
and if you don't like them,
wave.
I don't know what you do like.
Yes, smile and wave, folks. Yep, we'll do the happy dance. Yes, this is what we do. Bye.